Okay, guys, we are live. And for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master today. Today, as you can see, if you are a regular viewer, we are in a different forum than usual. That is because today is our annual gaming marathon. I am on vacation, out of town, and I'm joined with most of my players and my number one son, who are all going to be joining us for a special session. And joining us remotely is two of our other regular players. First up, Cork.
Hi, my name's Corey. I'm the teledodonic cyborg.
And Steve-O.
Hello.
So as context for the day's session, we're going to be breaking up this into a number of different smaller sessions because we've got some character generation that's going to happen, we've got some adventuring that's going to happen, and we've got some players who are going to be leaving throughout the day as I kill them. So I'm sure that we will be breaking this up into more manageable chunks, but we expect to have a full day of gaming for you. In addition, the players do not know what we're playing. So they're not certain what I'm going to be inflicting on them. So as you learn what we're playing, so will they.
I suspect L5R.
Oh, that's an interesting guess. An interesting guess. So without further ado, let's get going. So guys, our scene opens in a small room. The room is clearly of a crude construction. It's got large, roughly hewn blocks that have been put together into a kind of brickwork around it. And in this room, there is one bed. And on this bed, we see one man get up. He has, I realize now I'm going to be describing someone who looks an awful lot like me, but this wasn't intentional. Dark hair was shot through with silver streaks. He has a beard. He gets up, and we can see that in the small room, there's also a small desk, again, very crudely made. And on this desk, there is a small book, and there are a pair of beads with a cross on it. Man gets up, he raises the beads, places them on himself, and he's wearing a very simple kind of like a brown or tan colored robe. He goes over to picks up the book, and he kneels down, and he indulges in morning prayer. The scene cuts, and we see him making his way through a hallway, and it's dark and lit only by these small candles. And as he passes by, he has it's a hooded robe. He's passing other hooded figures, or other figures wearing similar robes, who greet him with Abbot, 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 and he makes his way through. The hallway that he walks through is, again, a very crude, almost medieval construction. Our scene cuts to him walking from down this turning down the hallway and heading towards a door that leads out. We can see it's bright light outside. And he steps outside, and there's a very somber, overcast sky that looks down into a courtyard. And in the courtyard, there are other similarly robed figures. And several of them are working around this enormous chunk of greasy gray stone or metal. It's difficult to tell what it is, but the shape is quite clear. And the shape is kind of a rectangular, rough-hewn block. And onto this block, there are carvings. And the carvings are coming from the other monks who are working on it. The picture is effectively complete, though, and we can see what the form is of one enormous curling dragon. And its long, sinewy body curls around its giant fang-filled mouth, open, stylized flames belching forth from it. And facing the open, dangerous maw of this dragon is a lone figure of a knight, again, stylized, with a shield up and a lance. The man we opened our scene with walks over. He looks approvingly at this and nods. And he says, "It is ready." We then cut, and we hear the slow kind of like tub, tub, tub drumming of drums. And what we can see is that there's a procession leading out of this squat, gray stone building. The building looks sort of like a fortress, but a casual observer might also call it a monastery. And this monastery has as I said, a small procession leading up in front of it. At the front are two monks carrying long poles, and atop the pole there are pennants hanging down. And the pennants are perfectly white, except for a single slash of red across and then down, forming a red cross. These figures lead the procession, and in the middle of the procession there is a cart that ushers along this giant slab with it. And at the back of the procession, we can see this man, the abbot, who this scene opened with. We can see that the monastery sits atop this kind of rocky prominence next to this massive spawning lake upon which mist still clings as early in the morning. If you can picture sort of like a Scottish loch, that's what you would be looking at. There is greenery around, but it's a rugged greenery. And there are rolling hills leading out in every direction. We see the procession make its way down towards the boats that are waiting down there. Again, very crudely made boats as to modern eyes. And we see the monks transport this cart, and it rolls right onto one of these boats. And you can see from the runners that it's going in, the monks have some difficulty, getting the thing on, but they manage to drag it on. All hand drawn, by the way, no pack animals, drawn onto this boat. And you can tell from the construction that this is not the first time this has happened. The cart seems to seamlessly fit into there. And we still see sitting prominent, facing the gray sky, that form of the curling dragon and the defiant knight. We then cut to see that this boat, along with several other small ones, are accompanying it out into the middle of the loch. We can hear them chanting something in a language we don't understand. It has a Latin quality to it. They then go out, and the boats sort of form a bit of a semicircle around this one larger raft that has the big stone of the dragon and the knight on it. And we see this man, the abbot who we started with, he steps forward and he brings a book, and it's the same book that he opened with. And it has a number of sort of pages leafed in it. And it's very dog-eared, and it's the battered cover is there. He opens it, and to the collected brethren who all accompany him out into the middle of the loch, he says, "After the 62 weeks, an anointed shall be cut down when he does not possess the city. And the people of a leader who will come shall destroy the sanctuary. Then the end shall come like a torrent. Until the end there shall be war, the desolation that is decreed." And then everyone says, "Ascalon. For 1 week he shall make a firm compact with the many. Half the week he shall abolish sacrifice and oblation. On the temple wing shall be the horrible abomination, until the ruin that is decreed is poured upon the horror." Again, Ascalon. "And it was given unto the beast to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations." Ascalon. "And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt." Ascalon. "And the cities that are inhabited shall be laid to waste, and the land shall be desolate." Ascalon. "And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman, or whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee." Ascalon. "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee." Ascalon. "When ye therefore shall see the abominations of desolation, then let them flee to the mountains." And in a more somber tone, the collected brethren say, "Ascalon." And two monks who are located on the raft with the stone bring these heavy wooden mallets up, and they hit the supports out from under the what's supporting the stone. It boom hits the side. It rolls forward, and then rolls on these logs into the water, poof, sinking beneath, leaving a big rippling wake. The boat sort of drifts away from the falling. Again, it clearly is not the first time this has happened because this raft has responded accordingly. And then the man says, the abbot, and so shall it be. Ascalon. We then cut to the boats arriving back on shore. And as the monks are disembarking, we see one of the monks talking to the abbot. And that's when we hear a rumbling in the sky of some kind. The abbot turns and looks up. And I'd like to take a break now, guys, to tell you about one of my favorite games. So, one of my favorite games that I have never run is a game called Ars Magica. Now, Ars Magica, guys, so you know, Ars Magica is a game set in mythic Europe. It is a game where you play phenomenally powerful magical members of the Order of Hermes. You also play companions who help these mages in their amazing quests. The power of the mages in this game are unlike anything that you've ever seen in any other game. And there's a really interesting co-DMing element to Ars Magica. It's a game that I've loved for about 20 years, but I've never really actually had a chance to run. Now, this is the game we're playing. What do you suspect that rumbling in the sky might be?
Thunder.
Ascalon?
Ascalon, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you guys, you know what? It really doesn't matter. Because we're not playing this.
What the shit?
Let me tell you about another game I love.
You had me there. I'm like, but I think we did play Ars Magica like in the 90s once.
This is a game called Twilight 2000. This is one of my favorite games. This is a game that I have never really had a chance to run. Twilight 2000 is a game from the 80s. It's a relic. It is an artifact of gaming history. This game, you play characters who are the soldiers left behind in the ruins of World War III Europe. At this point, in the far-off future of the year 2000, your characters find themselves in a Europe so devastated by decades of nuclear conflict that the civilization has actually reduced in some points to being at a medieval level. Superstition thrives. Insular communities thrive, fearful of what biological weapon or other kind of horror might be brought. And in this game, what you play are the desperate survivors trying to get home and praying that home is not the same irradiated wasteland that Europe has become. If we're playing Twilight 2000, what do you think that roaring might be?
A nuclear bomb?
Perhaps a bomb?
Ascalon.
I'm going to stick with the dragon.
Perhaps a helicopter?
It's a lot of fuel.
A bomber?
A bomber? You know what, guys? It doesn't matter because we're not playing this. Let me tell you about another game I love. So what we have today, guys.
You have a bag of holding there or what?
Exactly.
I just see that your Jeep sagging down.
This is one of the reasons I drive. So let's cut back to that scene. The priest and his brethren are making their way back. We hear the rumbling off in the sky. And we look atop. They all look ahead and above. And what do they see going across?
Starship. Oh, I got it too. That's hilarious.
Starship that looks exactly like this. That's cool. So guys, that is what we see.
Ah, I can't believe I called that.
Guys, what we are actually playing today is one of my favorite games, Mongoose Publishing's second edition Traveler role-playing game. So we're going to talk about what Traveler is and what we do in it. Corey and Corey, you can open up your package now. Grab your so what I sent you, and Steve, you can feel free to open yours as well. I have my source books for it as well. Now let's talk about what Traveler is. What Traveler is, guys, is a science fiction role-playing game. It's set in the default. You can set it in a bunch of different things. Where we're setting it is in a what's called the original Traveler universe. This is a hard sci-fi game in the sense that there's not like force powers or, you know, what do you call it? There's not like force powers or like, you know, the Sith or whatever else. It's a game where it's hard. It's science fiction instead of science fantasy. You are playing with the way I distinguish science fiction from science fantasy is that science fantasy is about an epic or story. Science fiction is about people. Science fiction, generally speaking, as a sort of genre, is something that's about us. Science fiction is used to examine questions of, like, Corey, when you were saying before about Westworld, that really fits what Westworld is. A science fiction show that it examines what it means to be a person. You know, what is the sense of self, and that's sort of what science fiction role playing is about, or what Traveler will be about. Traveler has one of the most unique character generation systems of any game that I've ever encountered, and one of the most fun ones, because the act of making your character is actually a game. What you do is you start by naming your character at 18, or actually you start by making character, and then we go through their life up to the point where they join the game. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to meet our travelers. And I'll show you what as we go through, we'll kind of discuss more about what Traveler is about as we go and what the setting for this is going to be. But what we do as well is we're going to be using these charts here to roll random characters, okay? And oh, you know what? There's actually a lot of you guys. This would be easier if we had more books. Played a different game. Well, you know what? It's a good thing that I brought more books. Because here we go, guys. Everybody,
So much for all this stuff, Kevin. This is great.
everybody gets a copy of Traveler. Now, I mentioned that you're welcome. Yeah, I mentioned that there is a what do you call it? This place doesn't, or this game does not have like force powers or whatnot. What it does have is psionics. There is a thing that is psionics, and James, because you really don't care for sci-fi, I'm going to have you make the only psychic character. Okay? Which means you're also going to get this. And I'll tell you how you're going to use that in the course of making characters. All right. Steve's already got a copy of the rule book. Jeff's got his copy of the rule book here. Corey's got a copy of the rule book as well. Let's talk more about the actual setting. Oh, and so the supplements that are part of the core set of rules are the Central Supply Catalog, which is like the gear book for it. The High Guard, which is the spaceship one. And then there's the Vehicle Handbook, which is all the stuff about the vehicles. I have brought with me as well, specifically for this session, 2 extra copies of the Central Supply Catalog, so you guys can find a bunch of cool shit to get for your characters, and an extra copy of the Vehicle Handbook.
Nice.
So, because we're going to talk about what's happened. So, the characters we're making today, guys, are going to be the people on that spaceship. This starship is a R2 Fat Trader. If you look on page 184 of the rule book, Steve, you're going to have to grab this. I'm not sure what page it is in yours, in the starter set. Okay. You guys can see, so that's your ship. Ooh. So page, and you've got 199 tons of cargo that you can fit on there. And we're going to talk about what's in the hold. What you guys are going to be playing is basically 2 of you guys are going to be related. And we're going to determine who it is randomly. One other thing I've got is, unfortunately, this is not for the folks at home, but for the folks here. Where's the other pack? Where is it? Where is it? You son of a... There we go. Guys, take 6 of each and then pass it along, please.
Oh, so we don't need our own dice?
Nope. And these are keepsakes as well. from today. So we will have a way of remembering our traveler session.
I got a quick question, Kev.
Of course.
Yeah, but what are we really playing?
Yeah.
A hybrid of this?
So let's talk about how we make traveler characters. So one of the things that I can actually get my shit out now. Where we're going to be playing, guys, is
Or 6 of each.
of each. Oh, yeah, there we go. What you might not be aware of is that Jeff and Steve and I have been playing Traveler for about 6 months or so now. And we've been playing through this epic sandbox campaign called the Pirates of Drinax. There you go, Cor. Pirates of Drinax is a massive campaign set in a region of space known as the Trojan Reach. Well, guys, today's session takes place in that same universe. Whatever happens in today's session, whoever we meet in today's session, these are all canonical characters in our campaign. It's not blocking anybody.
What is this? Is this Earth-based science fiction or total fantasy?
This is well, yeah, no, it's an Earth-based. So there is Earth. This is set in about the year 5000,
Okay.
give or take. So, guys, this is. Let's talk about some of the things that Traveler is and that it isn't. Traveler is very kind of an 80s style sci-fi. It's not transhumanist in the sense that there's not like a lot of brain exchanges or shit like that. It's not cyberpunk. What it is you're playing characters who pretty much are people. They're normal humans. You might have some augmentations, like cybernetic augmentations. You might have some biotech things. You might have psychic powers, as James' character is likely going to get. But you're otherwise just playing people. 5,000 years in the future, you're still seeing the same people.
I lost deny.
There's no aliens?
There are lots of aliens, actually. There are five major races. One of which none of you guys are playing aliens because, again, science fiction is about, hard sci-fi at least, is about us. So I want you guys playing people, normal people. Similar to when you're coming up with your names for your characters, we're going to use normal names. You're not Zap Starfuck or whatever. That's not appropriate because it becomes more in the realm of fantasy than it does that. So if you want some suggestions for names, I've got a great list. I've got a great name generator that will help you pick those names. But
If we roll Zap Starfuck.
you will not name Zap Starfuck.
Oh, look, it could be those two family members. You could have two starfuckers in the game.
There you go.
Starfuck.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to put this over.
Do you want to hang the map somewhere, or I could get a TV tray?
No, I don't want to hang it. It's not going to be necessary to have it open for too long. I just want to show you guys what. Okay, so this, guys, is a sector of space known as the Trojan Reach or Trojan Reaches. Where the Trojan Reach is, here you go. Steve is familiar with this. This is the region here.
Cool.
So the Trojan Reach, each of these hexes, guys, represents 1 parsec of space. The reason that's important is because your ships have whatever the jump rating for your ship is. That tells you how many hexes it can jump. The ships generally are between 1 and 6. 6 being the very highest tech thing, something that's stripped down and designed really just for maximize space. You'll notice that the Fat Trader has a jump rating of 2. The red here represents the 3rd Imperium. The 3rd Imperium is the third, basically the 3rd rule of man. What was found is when humans from Terra, which are known as the Solomani, when the humans from Earth went out into space, they encountered a human empire called the Villani that was thousands of years old in space. And what they found was that there was some ancient species that plucked humans up from Earth and then deposited them on different worlds. And they grew into their own very distinct and unique cultures. The first Imperium was that Villani thing. But it was so corrupt and so degenerate by the time that the humans encountered it that even though the humans were way less powerful, they were actually able to defeat them and overthrow them. And they founded the 2nd Imperium. The 2nd Imperium lasted for however long it did, not as long as the 1st Imperium. And then around let's see, it was minus 1600. So it was about 2,700 years ago, the Second Imperium collapsed. And what happened then was something called the Long Night. During the Long Night, most interstellar, at least the interstellar sort of empires collapsed, and worlds that were colonized fell into decay or degeneration or whatever, until the time of the Third Imperium. The Third Imperium was about, I think it's 1,100 years ago. It's 1105 is the year, or the current year for the Third Imperium. This is where the Third Imperium's border ends. The yellow down here, guys, is one of the alien races that Corey was asking about. The alien race known as the Aslan. The Aslan are these giant, we see them as lion men.
Ooh.
Warlike, honor-bound, strict distinctions between, there you go, Court.
Yeah.
Strict distinctions between the sexes. If you think of kind of like maybe the Klingons from the Next Generation, that's one way of seeing them. The Aslan Hierate is across this giant gulf of space known as the Great Rift. And the Great Rift is a place, when you're jumping from place to place, normally once you do one jump, you need to refuel, either by going to a space station and getting fuel, or by going to a gas giant where one of these little symbols is. You scoop up some fuel, you process it, and then you can jump again. What the Great Rift is this giant area of space with no stars. No stars means no systems. No systems means no place to refuel, so you can't jump across that gap. That's what's prevented the Aslan Hierate from expanding into this area, but this is what they're doing in the Trojan Reach. And what's just interesting about the Trojan Reach is that during the Long Night, there were two massive empires that thrived in here. One of them was the Sindal Empire, and then succeeding that was the Empire of Drinax. Drinax being right here. That also fell over time, a very slow decay, and then finally was annihilated about 200 years ago when Drinax tried to be uppity with the Aslan Hierate, and they bombed their civilization into glass. Where our adventure starts, guys, where our opening scene occurred, is on the planet of Sync. As you see, two of you guys have inherited a starport. And you guys are showing up with a crew of workers and your colleagues to build that starport back up. One of the things that is, even though this place is not controlled, the Trojan Reach is not controlled by any one power, there are two massive trading corridors that go across here, and untold wealth that's to be made there. The starport that was on Sync before was actually a host to a hunting preserve as well. So not only could it be a place for ships to stop and refuel, for the wealthy or the nobility, it's a great place for them to vacation as well. And it just so happens that the Aslan are, because they're descended from a predatory species, they are very much in favor of hunting. They actually create, when they're traveling on ships, they will create little droids or androids to a fake being prey, and they'll strap meat to it because that's how they enjoy their meat. So the thought is that this would be a good place. We're going to role play through those scenes once we meet your characters, but that's what we're doing today. You guys are showing up, and you're going to build that starport. Yeah.
So quick question, Kev.
Of course.
The starport was not operational at this point in time.
No. The starport has been defunct for, I can tell you how many years, like a really long time. I don't need the Bible verses anymore. The starport has been defunct for about, about 2,400 years. The fortunate thing is, one of the things you will find in here is there's a variety of different technological levels in the Trojan Reach. The way that they judge sort of technological levels in Traveler is TL. I believe we're currently around TL 7 or 8 in our world. TL 16 is like the peak of Third Imperium technology. In the beginning of your rulebook, it'll show you what the different tech levels mean. The tech level of the starport, it was not a high quality starport, but the tech level was really quite high, like 14 or 15. So whatever was there was very, very, like Drinax itself was a TL 16 civilization. It was very, very advanced. The fact that it collapsed and has been abandoned for that long, it means there's a lot of work to be done. but there's probably some very strong bones on which you can build those things. Okay. So first things first, let's see who's related. Everyone grab a dice and roll, and tell me who rolls highest. And
What dice am I rolling?
Just one d6 or two?
so you'll need 3d6, Cork.
Yes.
Three or just one?
Just one.
Maybe we're related
Two.
in
Five.
second.
4.
We're at 5.
What about you guys?
I got a
3.
4.
Okay, 5, 4, and then what was the next highest?
I did 2.
You guys both rolled 1?
Yep.
You guys are related.
4.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. 4. So between you, got a 4, and you.
Brent and Corey.
Brent and Corey, roll again.
See who gets to be
Oh,
one
you
of
know
the
what? Actually, Cork,
Starfuckers.
hold on. Because Cork's only going to be here for part of the session. I'm going to have it be Brent instead.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys are related. Okay, so let's talk about how you make a traveler character. You'll see that I gave you guys a pen and I gave you guys a pencil. Cork, you're going to need the character sheet that you got in your package.
Yeah, I got it.
Steve, you'll need your character sheet that's in your package.
Got it.
Okay, so here's what we do first, guys, is we're going to roll attributes. Everyone grab 2d6 and go ahead and roll it 6 times. James, you're going to roll it 7 times because you have a psi attribute as well.
And just record the numbers, but don't put them. in
Yeah,
the
we're just record the numbers, and then you can assign them. We'll talk about what the actual things are. Yep. 4. Good numbers here. And you guys are going to look at page 8 of the core rulebook as well. That
Well,
has
6 times you said?
6 times, please. Yeah. Shit.
I'm very statistically average. That's bizarre.
Yep.
Come on, I want at least 1 with 12.
I got some low numbers.
Page
I got no.
Page 8, yes, please.
Eight.
I mean, we're humans, so even if you're an average human, that's pretty fucking normal.
Okay, everyone grab one of these guys. Okay. I don't need high guard today. All right. So everyone has rolled their attributes.
Yep.
So you can see if you look on page 8 of your core rulebook, it'll tell you what your attributes are and what the modifiers are. So the attribute or the characteristics, I should say, strength, dexterity, and endurance, intellect, education, and social standing. Now, the way that these are set is not the way they're always going to be. You will see that you have opportunities over the course of your character's life to change those attributes. So just because you've got a shitty, say, like strength right now or a shitty education, that can change.
And so we assign them as like.
As they are right now,
As
yeah.
they're listed.
Whichever order you want them in. And you're,
Oh, we get to pick.
you do, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Do we know what?
If you guys want to, if you take a look at your character sheets, one of the things is the flow chart for how you're creating characters, the last page of that.
Yeah.
Which one?
Last page of your character
It's
sheet.
this, like,
Just like here.
Yeah,
It's also right here.
What you'll see on page 2 of your character sheets, too, guys, there is a list of like, it's your life path. We're going to fill that in as we go. We'll do the first pass very slowly, and then I'll get you guys to do your roles and we'll learn about these characters. One of the really fun things about this game, guys, is that we're getting a chance to meet these characters as we go. And as we're doing this, we're going to be creating connections between your characters. For you two guys, we don't know how old you're going to be just yet. So you guys can talk about whether, one of you wants to be the older, the younger, your twins. Just because it's the game sets it and 4-year increments, you guys can stagger it so you don't have to be twins if you want to be around the same age.
We're a bit crunched at this end. I'm gonna go grab a TV tray. Anyone need a second one?
I'm good.
Sure, I'll have one, please.
Okay.
I've got a cool assignment of skills. I really like it. The highs and the lows are awesome.
Of your attributes? Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do, Cork?
I got strength 6, dexterity 11, endurance 7, intellect 8, education 8, social standing 2.
Oh, so social standing is like literally your social standing. At 2, you are really scum.
Yeah, I want to be a thief.
Nice. Okay. So one of the things that happens, the life path system, as you'll see, you can sort of set a goal for your character, but there's a lot of roles that we make throughout this where you're trying to either like improve in your to improve in your chosen career or to get into your chosen career. It's a really exciting, like the game is that's right. The reason I call it a mini game is because it really is a bit of unknown, and there's some dice rolling and some decision making that happens as we do this. So it's good to have a long-term goal to sort of work towards, but life may, as it is the case in real life, it may take you elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we do know, guys, is that you're all end up being members of the same crew. You're all on that ship. And at the end of this process, we're going to name the ship as well. So you guys can tell me what the name of the ship is once we finish this up, but has everyone assigned their attributes?
And I'm just taking a stab at the dark here, but I actually got, I think, not bad rolls.
Okay.
6, 2 8s, 2 10s, and 2 11s.
Ooh. One of those 11s should definitely go into
That's
side.
what I did.
Yeah.
I basically went,
Steve, how'd you do?
I had 999784.
You're Captain Average.
Captain Average.
Or I prefer to think of it as like Captain Jack of all trades.
Okay, yes. Captain Skill Monkey.
Okay, so once you guys have finished assigning your attributes, the next and most important thing is we are giving names to these characters. Now, this is different from the way we do it in normal games, and you'll see why it's important is because by giving a character a name at the start of the life path, it invests you more. So first off, decide to play a man or a woman. I'm looking at you, James, because you're, I think, the only one who routinely sometimes does.
no, I'll put playing that.
Be a man, okay. Anyone can play a woman if they want as well. I'm not fussed about cross-gender role playing. My teasing notwithstanding. But what we need to do is pick names to your characters. Now, if you, again, I don't want any fucking sci-fi names for your characters. This is not Star Wars. You're giving normal names to your characters.
Simon and Rivertown.
Yeah. If you want to randomly generate your characters' names, we can do that as well. Random generation is a big thing in this game, but what we ended up with in our Pirates of Dreadnought campaign is 2 characters who were Greek with very, very Greek-sounding names. One of which was fine. The second one, I don't even remember what your character's name is, Brent, but I know that you're also Greek in your psychic character.
Oh yeah,
Is Greek, yeah.
Well.
So what do you want? Let's do the guys who are at home. Do you guys want to pick your name, or do you want to randomly generate?
Randomly generate.
Okay, Cork. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Roll a D10 for me, please.
A D10 coming up. I'm going with the metal.
Nice.
Where are you, metal 10?
Or education.
All right.
You don't actually know.
3.
Okay.
3.
I forget.
1, 2, 3. You're English.
Programming or
Now roll a percentile.
Intellect or education. It's a +0, so it really doesn't matter.
What's that?
Roll percentile for me.
Percentile? Okay. 1 second. Metal one.
6, an 11, and a 12.
There.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so measure of travelers learning and intellect.
And we got 9.
I don't
So
know.
what's the total?
I'm guessing if you want to play like
What's that?
Well, what is it then? So I heard the 9, but I didn't hear the first
go
one.
with education, but if you
The first one was a 3.
3, 39. Okay.
No. Yeah, it's 009.
Oh, 009. Okay, sorry.
What was that?
So your name is Alfred, and then give me one more percentile roll.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Because initially I was going to do
61.
like 10 education,
61.
like social standing.
Alfred Roberts is your character's name.
All right.
Okay. Steve, you want to randomly generate, or you want to pick your name?
I picked my name.
What is it?
Vic D'Argento.
Vic D'Argento?
So
Yep.
Okay.
But what's the female name that corresponds to those roles?
He's got a name.
Beatrice Roberts.
I can't do that. No, one of my friend's kids is named Beatrix.
Oh. Jaden, you want to randomly generate your name, or you pick your name?
Give me a randomly generated last name.
Last name. Okay, so I need you to. Oh, I gotta grab my percentile base. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm using dice.
Yeah, I go by Fred.
Inspiration.
What's
that? Freddy.
Freddie, I love it. Freddie Roberts.
Gonna be Jurassic Tim.
We're gonna go with Hawkins as the last name.
So what we got?
Okay.
Dorito Hawkins.
There you go. We're gonna roll.
Corey is
The
Fred.
character's name is not Dorito Hawkins, unless you want to die in character.
Steve, you go by Vic?
I got
Vic,
it.
you betcha.
Okay, so first one's a 6. 1, 2, 3,
I think
4,
Gerald.
5, 6. You're
Gerald.
Japanese.
Gerald.
Oh, give me a roll again.
4 and a 2. I got a 6.
42. Kayuto. And give me one more. Get your last name.
Oh, I have a first name.
Oh, what is that?
The Infernal
Jim.
Hawkins.
Jim? Okay, so then hold on. I'll also use 42 for the last name. Jim Komatsu is your name.
Nice.
I dig it.
Jim Komatsu. So
Wow.
if you could fill, Jaden, fill that out on your name card there.
Okay.
Dave, do you want to pick your name or do you want to roll your name randomly?
I'll roll it.
Okay, give me a D10 first. Let's pass those along.
Thanks, sir.
So roll a D10 first. See what ethnicity your character is. Yep, that's one. You're rolling with all the confidence of a kid who doesn't know the answer.
60.
6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Japanese as well. So go ahead and roll for your first name.
Say,
The other one.
Percentile. No, percentile.
there we go. Makes sense. Just social
70?
And what's the other one? 70,
That's okay.
77. Your name is Shuji.
Took different life paths.
And roll again for your last name.
Yeah, but the
Raised
thing is,
together.
the social standard doesn't seem to be much.
Again, your
I've made
those
more.
skills can or your attributes can change in the course of the
Also 77.
Also 77. Shuji Suzuki.
So I'm just
Ooh.
questioning.
Oh, that's a cool one.
It's a nice flow.
Brent, do you want to randomly generate or
No, I will be Gerald Hawkins.
Gerald Hawkins? Okay. And
Of the Cheesy Dynasty?
you're also Hawkins. What's your first name there, James?
Give me a. Let's see what the random generation.
Okay, so roll. Here we go. Give me a D10 roll first. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Greek name. Fucking Greek.
No, redo
Yeah, I'll bump it forward. You want an Indian name?
Bump it backward.
English.
Sure.
Fucking racist. Okay, go ahead. We've already got 2 Japanese names in here, so really.
Brown people can
I
have
like
English
the
names
percentile.
too,
Oh.
James.
Yeah, really?
His last name's
Just
Hawkins.
saying.
Hold on. Are you saying it's not pronounced Dave? What the fuck?
Is it?
All these
shit, maybe
years.
it should be.
60.
68?
I've been saying.
Oh, I didn't roll.
I make Gerald
62.
Sashi.
62. Harold. Harold Hawkins?
Harold and Gerald Hawkins.
Yes! That's his
No!
Yes!
No!
That's like Dash and Patch. Come
No!
on, Gerald.
You know what? Because of that, you got to randomly generate your fucking name. Roll.
We're brothers.
No! No! You brought this on yourself.
Oh, I brought this on us.
No! You roll because he picked. Go ahead. Fucking roll it.
What?
Gerald? How can you say
How can you say no to Gerald and Harold?
Fine. Asshole.
It's funny.
After years of hash and dash.
This was
Fuck you,
randomly
Dice Dark.
generated.
I have a name. My name is Will
Will, what's your last name?
Bluth.
Will Bluth?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
You know
How do you
God's
spell my
will,
last name?
right?
Harold Hawkins.
Your last name is spelled Komatsu. Komatsu. So if everyone could fill out their name cards and put them facing towards me, please. Actually, if you want to fill out both sides, use the Sharpies, guys, so that everyone can read it. And I'll take that back.
There's Jerry in that.
Fucking rhyming names, man. Like, jeez.
I can't believe that was completely.
I can't
random.
believe. I know. Like, it's just. This is why I can't have nice stuff.
I
Jesus.
took my American translation.
Jim Komatsu, love it. Yeah, we gotta put it on both sides too, please.
Both sides?
Yep.
People can see it.
So that way you guys can see
I
as
wrote
well too.
everyone's
All right,
names.
guys. Okay, so we've met everybody. Now let's talk about what the next step is. So next step we're gonna do, guys, is pick your background skills. So I'm looking on page 8 of the core rulebook. 8. There's a list of background skills there. You guys, what is you take a look at your education score, guys, and you compare that to the modifier that's on page 8. So for instance, if you got an education of say 11, you're gonna have +1 to your dice modifier. You don't need to record that because things will change, but just bear that in mind because what you get to pick, guys, is 3 plus your education dice modifier. That's how many background skills you're picking.
5.
Oh, really? Wow. So what you're doing is you're adding a level 0 to however many skills that is. And what I want you guys to do is picture this is what your home world was like. This is the world where you grew up. So you guys should probably coordinate a little bit about what your home world's like. Picture what, like, are you from a planet that had an atmosphere? Are you from an orbital habitat? Are you from a planet that had a lot of dangerous life forms on it? Are you from a planet that had a lot of oceans? Are you from a planet that was a desert world? You know, use those, come up with that, and then add however many of those skills there are on page 8 as a 0.
Okay, I come from the ocean planet Caribbean.
Hmm?
And you might have heard of the Pirates of Caribbean. Okay, so I'm going to say a seafarer 0 then?
What's your education modifier is what?
0.
So you pick 3 of those. 3 skills at 0, and it's from that list on page 8. And don't take too long, guys. Like, we want to, you know, this is not life and death stuff. Just pick stuff and keep on moving.
So we're
Can you
picking,
use more than one electronics?
education modifier is plus 3
Plus 3
number of skills. and
Yep,
then how do
from
we
the list
determine-
that's there.
So how do we determine what number it's at then?
So what's your? Oh, it's at 0.
Oh, they all.
Yeah.
Okay. They're
Like
all
what it
same.
is if you're not trained in a skill, you take -3 to your roll. If you got a 0 in your skill, you take no penalty, and then you can train it up.
So where do we?
Okay. These will
Be at
Oh,
0.
okay.
This is just
What
what the whole character generation is. We follow your characters through their lives.
Okay, but these have the capacity to increase, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing drive.
Question.
Yep.
Take an animal.
Unless we
There's
want to be
healing,
like
training,
spacefarer,
and-
then we could take 0.
Veterinary?
Like that
Veterinary.
I did.
Which one?
That's
That's
the
the
last.
Any of those.
Pick one
These
of those? Okay.
If you've got a 0 in, actually, Jaden asked a good question, guys, where there's cascade skills. So if you look at animals on your character sheet, there's 3 different sub things in there. If you've got a 0 in that skill, you're considered to have a 0 in everything.
Ooh.
And then you can raise each of them up by 1. So like electronics at 0 means you can try any of those subspecialties at 0. You've got some basic training in all aspects of that.
Oh, so I don't have to choose electronics, comm, and electronic sensors?
No, once you start getting individual levels in these skills, then you'll pick one specialty.
Okay.
But for now, if you go to 0 in that, that means all of those skills you've got a 0 in.
All right.
Shocker, I took driving mechanics.
Mm.
I got electronics, explosives, and science.
I'm going to leave it to you guys to track what's on there. The game isn't super complex, so I don't need to know, as long as you guys know what you've got recorded.
Are they
I
any
just wanna
background
share it.
skills for?
No, what do you need? I'll show you what we're going to use that for. Is for life events.
You might be sharing to see what everybody else is.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I want to talk about too, guys.
Specific.
So before we dive in past these guys' childhood, there are a number of different sort of like roles that will be necessary for this, right? We need somebody who's going to be able to pilot a starship. We need somebody who's going to be able to navigate that starship. We need an engineer, someone who's going to be able to maintain the starship, to build this fucking starport. You're going to need someone who's probably got security. So someone with some military background, because the place you're going is it's basically in the no man's land. The Trojan reaches are the wildest of the Wild West.
Yeah, but then where? Okay, you said military. Like I don't see any. What would that be? A profession? Would that
Well, not
be-
for your. This is your
No, no.
childhood. these
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
I got
If
you.
you're what you're working towards, James, you are working towards being psychic. Don't worry. Yeah, you're going to see that there's a different table that you'll be rolling off of for that.
So am I still looking at the skills?
Yes, those things are. I'll tell you when we're diverging once we get into adulthood. But what we want to do now is sort of just get an idea, and that's going to be what you're pursuing. The next step we're going to take, guys, is you guys deciding whether any of your characters are going to try to go to university. And then we'll be making rolls to see whether they get into university or whether they flunk out, or if they decide to go into the workforce right away. We're going to roll to see if they can get into their chosen profession. And if they don't, then we make another decision. So it's like I said, it's a really fun mini game making these characters, because it's not just sitting down and putting numbers to the tables. You really do get to discover who these characters are, and you'll find that it bakes in some really interesting backstory for these characters. And we also we want to keep an eye out as we're creating these characters for when they're meeting each other too. So if you see a point as we're going through the life path system where you're like, oh, maybe we met doing whatever, go ahead and shout that out, and we'll talk about how they connected. One thing I'll mention about psionics too, James. So psionics, are illegal in the Third Imperium. Okay, so your character at best either learned from an underground academy, or you are from some kind of primitive culture where you were thought of as like a shaman or like a witch doctor or some shit.
I like the underground academy kind of thing because for my skills.
Your education.
Oh, I think I picked information.
Plus 3, right?
No, it's your education modifier.
Yep.
It's
That's
like
it.
it's got like so many skills.
Let me erase like
Not stat modifier, yeah.
I'm like, how'd you get all these skills? I want those
so
too.
many.
So for skills, I picked medic, science, survival, and language.
Okay. So let's record that on your character sheet.
Okay.
Start at 0. Okay, so has everyone created their background skills and everyone thought about what their homeworld was like?
And then some.
Question.
Wait.
Yep.
Are we gonna from
Is there by chance
like
a
sort of like
miniature llama-esque alien race
Yeah.
that I could have had as a pet?
Yes, absolutely. A non-sentient one? Yeah, of course. The thing is, like, the world in Traveler of the World is the universe is full of life too.
Oh,
There's
you
all
know
sorts of alien
You
life
just
forms
treat
that are
us.
out there, and there's all sorts of life forms that
No,
have
I'm
responded to
thinking
the encounter with humankind too. Humankind has been amongst the stars for well over 7,000 years. You know, from the dating back to the time of the First Imperium. So over that time, there's been all sorts of different civilizations. Like the neat thing about, in particular, the Trojan Reaches is it has a very lived-in feel to it. There's been empires there that have collapsed 2,000 years ago, and put that into a modern context. Like imagine this is like empires that were standing in the time of Rome for us. That's how far distant these things are. So, and during that time, they were thriving civilizations, very advanced. Now they've been reduced to ruin over time, over conflict, you know, and whatever you want to make up in terms of your species, your thing, fine by me.
So if I want to say have my home world be like a bunch of connected islands, and my parents were killed by marauders when I was like 14, and I've been on my own since. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, not good for him, but that's great backstory. Yeah, absolutely. So it sounds like Cork's gonna be drifting more towards the like ne'er-do-well drifter kind of stuff. Does anyone else have a specific kind of thing they're working towards other than the psychic?
I have a first career,
Yeah. What are you thinking?
entertainer.
Nice. Okay. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking military mechanic, kind of going that sort of route.
Okay. Yeah, like oh, that'd be cool. Okay. What you guys?
Intellectual mechanic that's a little more diverse in survival and animal.
Like a rugged, like frontier mechanic kind of thing.
Ooh.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Down and out disgraced military. So, well, a gambler.
A gambler.
Let's go gambler.
Okay, so we've got 2 ne'er-do-wells. This will be interesting. Psychic. Steve, you got an idea sort of where you want to try to move your character towards?
I was thinking of being some muscle, maybe being military.
Ooh, the heavy.
Yeah.
Space
you
Force.
to flex.
I also took fly, Kev, so pilot.
Because your clothes are awesome?
Right?
That's awesome.
what that means.
Okay, so looking at your skills, guys, maybe just give us a brief description of where you came from. What's your world like? So we've heard what Corey's from this kind of like island.
Shanadar.
Shanadar is the name of your planet?
Yeah.
Love it.
It's a small planet.
Still working on it.
What's it like?
It's sort of a semi-arid planet. It's sort of sparsely populated, kind of out of the way, and lower tech level.
Okay, love it. How about yours? What's your planet, home world like?
It's a desert planet. I haven't figured out a name yet. It's very got a good mix of primitive and futuristic technology.
Okay.
There's 2 major cities with large trade routes running between, and various farming communities kind of dispersed about where I grew up. And then as I aged, got into more of the trade running, which is why I have
we'll see. Oh, why you're getting your stuff?
my driving mechanics.
So that brings us to about 18. Dave, what's your home world like?
Call it Calder.
Okay.
And it is basically a high technology manufacturing planet.
Love it. Okay.
So they pump out anything that has like an engine in it or runs on electronics.
Okay.
And that's kind of their wealth is derived from that.
Okay.
But the people that live on the planet either work in industry or deeply entrenched in that.
Okay.
Very kind of sci-fi, like cybernetic, like all of that.
Love it. Okay. So it's very high tech stuff. How about you guys? Where do the Hawkins boys come from?
From urban high tech world.
Yeah.
We were fairly well to do, I think.
I forgot you guys are related. Oh, it's gonna be interesting because his development is, if you boys stayed together, if you're like watching out for one another, if he pursues the psionic stuff, that's really verboten shit. You know, like either you're living in the middle of nowhere. There is another race known as the Zodani, which are another one of the transplanted humans, but they thoroughly embrace psionics, and they have a caste-based system that are based on that. But the Third Imperium has fought 4 wars at the time that this started with the Zodani. They see the Zodani as creepy as fuck. They have like thought police. They, have re-education camps where they rework your thinking.
See,
but
this character is educated, and I figured he's a medic, so he's learning to be a doctor and stuff like that. So sort of a university life.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think when we grew up together, we're friends. I'm probably aware that he's a little bit, he might have abilities. We hung out together, but we took different paths. He went to university. I went to the military.
Let's see if he went to university, because we got to find out. Well, remember, like
these are your plans.
These are your plans, but the plans, as we discover, they just like life can take turns and whatnot. So we know about your homeworld. How about yours? What's your homeworld like?
I think I would either be from Calder or the planet that Gerald and Harold are from. Something with like some city, some industry. But I'm more like from the street, maybe poorer, and live by my entertaining, and so
you said, Dave, you're thinking maybe like sort of a gambler, ne'er-do-well type stuff. Maybe you guys grew up together.
Maybe we've lived close together. Yeah, I
don't know. Okay, cool.
We'll see how it goes. But.
Okay,
my social standing's 3, so
yeah, my social standing, that's an 8, but it's not great.
Okay,
so we don't travel in the same.
That's still a 0.
Slum, right? Like
yeah.
Okay, cool. I love that.
Thrown money at me.
Okay,
so maybe you borrow money from me.
So let's see here. So then, guys, next step is we're deciding now. Brent.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, bye.
Okay. So Brent, next step is pre-career education. So does anyone want to go to university or to a military academy? I'm looking on page 14 and 15 right now. What we're going to be doing, guys, is as we go through, it's basically 4-year chunks where we describe 4 years of your life. So this will be from 18 to 22. If you go to page 3,
military academy.
You're going to try for military academy, okay?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Military academy.
Also military academy.
Also military academy?
Yeah.
Military. Okay, so you guys are doing military academy. Are you guys trying university at all, or military academy? University.
No, I'm going straight
to a career. Okay, so then let's do the military academy roles first. Let's do university because it's in the order here. So first thing you're going to need to roll, Jaden, is to see if you get into university. So you're going to grab 2 dice. You're going to add, what's your education modifier?
+2.
+2, nice. You need to roll then a 5.
12.
You need to roll 5 or higher to get into university. Yay, nice. So you got into university. So then we could look at page. Okay, so you went in. Who else is going? You're going to uni?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll. It's
+1.
+1. Okay, so you need 6 or higher.
7, 8.
Nice. Okay. So both of you guys are in university. Take a look at the skill lists under there. So choose 1 level 0 spell and 1 level 1 spell from that list, and increase your education by 1.
Oh.
So your education stat goes up by 1.
So instead of 11, it's now 12.
That's right. Yeah, and we'll roll graduation after. For those of you who are enrolled in or trying to enroll in military academy, Dave, let's start with you. Do you want to go into Army, Marines, or Navy?
Marines.
Marines. Okay. So that's going to be an endurance check of 9 or higher. So what is your endurance modifier?
0.
Okay. So you need to roll a 9 or higher to enter the Marines military academy. Ooh, failed. Okay,
Did
so
not make.
so you did not get it. But here's what you can do though. So then, because you weren't able to qualify for university, your next choice is, let's see here. If you fail, you must immediately attempt entry into a career. So then, Dave, take a look at page 19 of the core rulebook. That's the available careers that are in there. So take a look around. What he might be able to do is enroll right in the Marines anyway.
Well, yeah, because it's right. Okay.
Okay, so you'll make a decision.
I see.
Yeah, you
So
couldn't get into school, so
he's not an officer.
Right.
Easy, yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
Brett, you said military?
Yes.
Okay.
And so,
So-
if I commit to a second 2 terms in it, I get a -2 to the target number. Is that how it works?
No, it's not how it works. Let me explain this stuff. Don't read it.
Okay.
Okay. You're going to roll 2d6. You're going to add your, which one are you doing? Army, Marines, or Navy?
I guess Navy is probably the easiest for me because
Okay.
I don't have a penalty.
The other, those modifiers, Brent, are if you're entering it on the second term.
No,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why it's harder to go back to school, right? So if you're going back at 22, you're going back at 26. That's why you get the minuses.
Oh, so they're minuses to your roll. I thought they were minuses to target number to committing to.
No.
If you promise to
Yeah.
be in the military
Yeah,
for 8
exactly.
years.
No, unfortunately not. Okay, so you said Navy.
Yes.
What's your intellect modifier?
8, so 0.
Okay, so you need to roll a 9 or higher to get into it.
And, oh, it's gonna be above.
It's
Yeah.
hard. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you said my education got increased by 1 or my intelligence?
Your education.
Okay, there's that. And then you said choose a level.
No, okay. So Brent, just one sec.
Oh, yep.
Brent, take a look at the careers on page 19, and you're going to pick a career to try and get into. Okay, sorry, James.
It says choose a level 0 and a level 1 skill from the following list, but it says medic and science, which I've already selected as skills. So do I increase those by 1? Or do
You can
One
you
of them
can
you
choose
have
it to
to
be
choose.
a 1. You can choose it to be a 1, or you can add a if you get 2 at 1, add it by, you can bump it up by 1.
or I can choose something different because I've already got science and I've already got medic.
Well, remember, science there's cascades to that.
Okay.
Right. There's a bunch of different skills that are under science. There's a bunch of different skills that are under engineer. There's a bunch of different skills under animals. If you want to raise it past the baseline of 0,
Yep.
Then you're going to want to pick it again, and you just have to pick a specialty.
That's what it's at. It just says choose a level 0 and a level 1 skill from following list. But some of the stuff I'd already previously picked.
Let me try
as
again.
Skills.
If you pick it again, if you pick it as a level 0, you get a level 1.
Okay.
If you pick it at level 1, you get it as a level 1.
Okay.
Okay.
It says 0 and
There's
1.
like
Are we
sciences.
increasing 2
You
skills
like
or just
Two
1?
skills, 2 different skills.
Oh, I am increasing 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It got you. Brent's reconsidering careers.
So you-
Or Steve, you're
because
there.
you took it at level
Yeah.
0,
Let's roll for your military
you have a level
academy.
0.
Are you going into
All right.
Army, Marines, or
Now when you
Navy?
build them up from there,
Army.
I'm in
Army,
genetics
so you need
and-
An endurance
You know
of
what I'm saying?
8 or higher. Roll. What's your endurance modifier?
1.
So you need a 7 or higher on
Depends
2d6.
which side
Okay,
you
here we go. 7 or higher, baby. I rolled an 11. There we go.
Nice, you're in. Okay, and Cork, are you going to Army, Marines, or Navy?
Navy.
Navy. So
Good
Navy, Navy Military Academy is an intellect of 9 or higher. What's your intellect dice modifier?
0.
Okay, so you need to roll a 9 or higher.
individually.
Oh, 3.
Whoa. Okay, so Corey, turn to page 19 of the core rulebook, and you're going to pick a career to try and get into. So it looks like the
Like
only
a
person.
shitty version of what I would have gotten.
So what's that?
0 you took.
It's a shitty version of what I would have gotten.
Basically, you couldn't get into military academy, so you've gone. You're going to go and do something different. You can try and enroll in it, but you'll be at like the grunt level rather than going in as an officer.
Petty.
Steve, you, however, were successful.
No, just choose 1.
So you're going to take a look. Steve, you said you were in the Navy. Is that right?
Army.
Army. Okay.
And now you
Go
have
to
one
the
in-
Army career on page 22.
Okay.
And then you gain all of the skills that are listed under service skills. Give yourself a 0 in all of those.
All right. What if I already have a 0?
If you already have the skills,
Already have
bump it up to 1.
Sorry?
If you already have it at a 0, bump it up to 1.
Be cool.
All right.
Now, you were enrolled in university, right?
Now remember,
Let's see if you graduate.
Question.
Yep.
Has some leaning towards
do you know where to
wanting
find
go
the
on this mission
definition
to
of the
go to
difference
space,
between-
right?
Sorry,
The skills?
I just can't read properly today.
It's okay.
I don't know when you-
The skills
Well,
are.
it said animal healing
I
and
mean,
animal
yeah.
veterinary.
Oh, so
Isn't
that-
that
you
the
You
same
can go
thing?
cyber.
No,
Sure,
yeah,
it's a-
handling. Yeah.
Actually, I have
Okay.
my medic.
So let's see if you
Oh.
graduated university.
Okay.
So you, what's your
Two
intellect modifier?
zeros makes a 1. Right? A 1 must
Yeah.
stays a 1.
Plus 2.
So you're
Okay.
gonna- you'd
So
actually
roll
dodge your
2d6. You
five.
need to roll
One,
5 or
one,
higher to
one,
graduate
so
university.
Medic was a 0. I made it a 1.
Get these
Yeah.
2 lucky
And
dice
so
out
you
again.
Now I'm
Nice,
at
yeah, you did.
rounds, and but one of them
General.
1.
But then 1.
Nice.
7.
Okay, I'm choosing pirates.
8 actually. What I wanted.
You're choosing pirates? Okay, we'll get back to you. So, yeah, sorry. So then you, let's see here. You did graduate. You didn't graduate with honors, but you graduated. So you can increase whatever skills that you chose. Increase one of them to level 1 and one of them to level 2. So which 2 ones did you pick?
Both of them are up to 1. Or is that not a thing?
This one's
Yeah, then just bump both of them to 2.
Study it.
Okay.
Okay, and then you're going to increase your education by 2 more.
So did my education get bumped when I got in?
Actually,
Yep.
And now again?
Yep.
Damn!
Yeah. So bump that up. And
Then my modifier's bumped up.
let's see here.
Yeah, she could.
And you get a +1 to qualify for careers in agent, army,
Cybernetics.
citizen, entertainer, Marines, Navy. So the ones that are listed on page 14.
Graduation benefits?
Sweet. Okay, so then we're also going to roll for you, Jaden. Roll a 2d6. Let's see what event happened for your character, and then we'll check to see whether you graduated too. There, James. Roll 7. Ooh, a life event. Interesting. Give me another. Okay, so now you're going to roll 2d6 of different colors. No, you're not. Just roll 2d6. Ignore me. Sorry, different charts I'm thinking of. There are a lot of charts in this game.
Yeah.
Okay, 10. Good fortune. Something good happens to you. You've come into money unexpectedly, have a lifelong dream come true, get a book published, or have some other stroke of good luck. You gain, so write down on your pad, gain +2 to any 1 benefit roll. And we'll figure out what the story is for that afterwards. James, let's see if you graduated university.
What do I got to roll?
What's your intellect modifier?
+1.
+1. So you need to roll 6 or higher. I'm looking at graduation on page 14.
Yeah. And if you get an 11 or higher, you're going to graduate with honors.
10 or higher because there's dice modifier.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let's see here. Harold, Harry, did you get through it?
6,
He did
7.
That's straight by. Okay, so bump the 2 skills that you raised up by 1 each. Increase your education by 2. And let's roll an event. Roll 2d6 for me.
So you said that. Okay, so those ones now become 2s.
Yep.
Education.
And then roll 2d6 for me.
Oh. Six again.
6 again.
This is where all my average rolls are.
You become involved in a tightly knit clique or group and make a pact to remain friends forever, wherever in the galaxy you may end. Gain D3 allies. So roll D3. The 1, you got 1 ally.
No, that was 2.
No, but D3. So you divide by 2.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So you gain 1 ally.
Nice.
Okay, and Steve, you're the only other one to make it into advanced education. So
All
let's
right.
see if you graduate. You're going to roll intellect of 8 or higher. You got any dice modifier to intellect?
Not intellect.
Okay, so roll 2d6. You want to roll 8 or higher to graduate.
Oh, I got
It says DM +1 of endurance 8+.
And your endurance is 8 plus?
Yeah.
Okay, so 7 or higher.
All right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, fuck off. 5.
Oh, no. So you enrolled, but you didn't graduate.
Yeah.
You may still automatically enter the military career the academy is tied to. Yeah, you didn't roll 2 or higher, so you can still enter into there. You just don't get the other benefits of graduating.
Right.
So give me a 2d6 roll. Let's see what your life event was while you were in school.
6.
6. You became involved in a tightly knit clique or group and made a pact to remain friends forever. So roll just roll d6 and divide it by 2, rounding down.
BFFs forever.
Rounding up.
3. So 2.
3. Okay, so then you have 3 allies. So remember that or write down you've met 3 people in military academy, even though you didn't complete. You met some people who you continue to know throughout your life. Okay, for those who
keep everyone the same age.
Yes, I'm going to go back to that, because what I want to do, guys, is we're not going to go through this individually each time. We're going to kind of, once you guys get a sense of what you do with your careers, we're just going to let you guys do it, and then we'll share with the group what you guys did.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let's all listen here so we can know what how this goes. Dave, you did not get into Marine school, so what career does he want to pursue?
He will be
Shuji.
courier.
A courier. Okay. Which one is?
Right down at the bottom.
Bike courier.
Oh, so he wants to be a scout.
Yes, he wants
That's
to
the
be a
career he's
scout.
pursuing. Okay. So here's how we do this, guys. We turn to scout. I'm going to ask you guys to follow along with this just so that you learn how you're supposed to do your careers. So turn to scout. Right? Follow along with the class.
Yes. I know.
Page 42. So, Dave, what we see there, guys, on the top left is a qualification number. So it says int 5+. That means you need, with the dice modifier, you need to roll 5 or higher on intellect to enter that career.
That's not precluding my current intellect.
No.
The modifier.
You're gonna what's your dice modifier for intellect?
0.
Okay, so you got a +0, which means you need to roll a 5 or higher to get into that career.
Gotcha.
So let's see if you get into that career.
Into a scout, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, that one.
I barked in my mouth a little bit there.
So you did get into the career, so that's great. What happens, just so everyone knows, if you don't qualify for a career, you have to either become a drifter for 4 years, so you become a ne'er-do-well for 4 years, or you enroll in the draft. Once in your character's lifetime, you can enroll in the draft and automatically go into one of the military careers. But fortunately, you became part of the scout service, and you said you want to become a courier, okay? So you're responsible for shuttling messages and high-value packages across the galaxy. So because this is your first time in this career, Dave, I'm looking at page 16. You gain, so for the first time you're in a career, you gain all the skills listed in the service skills table at level 0 as your basic training. So you see what's listed there?
Yeah.
Go ahead and rank 0 for each of those.
Small craft or spacecraft? When it has an or, I get to pick between the two.
You do, yes, yeah. In Vax 210D. So do you guys listening there, Cork and Steve, you guys see where the service skills are?
Yeah, I see by my rogue path I have service
Where's
skills.
the service?
Yes.
Do I have to alter my abilities at all getting this career?
Well, no, you're not in that career. I'm using Dave's as an example, and we'll go through and do each of you guys.
Okay.
And then what we do is, because there's a number of different little stages you go through. And what I'm going to do is, after this pass, I'm going to just let you guys tell me what's happening on them, and I'll correct it if necessary.
Okay.
Now, Kev, so one of mine is gun combat, and there's 3 subgroups to gun combat.
So again, if you get it, you start at 0.
On all 3.
Yeah, if you go to 0 in one of those skills that has cascades, you got everything at 0. You don't suffer any dice modifiers.
Okay.
Now you are a scout, so we're going to use the life path out of. So these are from the previous edition.
Another quick question.
Yep, of course.
Now, on a category that I already had,
Yep.
Here.
And you get another 0.
back.
Bump it up to 1.
bump it up to 1. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Now I know, just for those listening at home, that's actually not rules as written.
Mhm.
Rules as written, if you get the same 0, you get nothing. But because it's a one-shot, I don't care, and I want skilled travelers, so I'm letting you guys bump up instead.
Good.
Okay.
Thanks. Wait, what's that, Kev?
Oh, just rules as written. If you pick a 0, if you got a 0 in a skill and you already have a 0 in it, you just have a 0.
Right.
But I'm allowing you guys to bump out.
Right, you're turning 2 zeros into a 1
Yeah.
or 2 1s into
Because I'm
a
not
2.
I'm not super concerned about that.
It
Okay,
doesn't
so
make a big.
So Dave, we finished getting your skills down for that. The next thing we do is to see if you survived in that career. Now, for those who may be interested in some gaming history, in earlier editions of Traveler, the survival role was literally a survival role. Your character could die in character creation. That is not the case in this version. This is whether you continued on in that profession. So, Dave, looking at, you said you wanted to specialize in courier, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the top of the page 42. Survival for a courier is an endurance roll of 5 or higher. You see that? Top of the page? Yep. So what's your endurance modifier?
0,
What's your endurance stat?
7.
Ooh, okay. So you're going to roll 2d6. You want to roll 5 or higher to survive in this career. Here we go.
It's funny. If I had known that endurance was going to be like so pivotal in this, because I got an 11.
Yeah.
I probably would have.
It depends. It depends on your career, and it's neat because some of the careers like advanced. Ooh, close again. Dave is keeping the drama high because he keeps rolling a 1 and then leaves the other dice spinning. So
That's the way I like it.
So you survive. What that means is then we get to roll on your events table. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use from these. These are from the previous edition. These have much expanded. You can see there's an events list in there. Instead of having 12 options or 11 options, these have about 50.
Whoa.
So they're much more varied. So Dave, the reason you've got 2 different colored dice there is because pick one of them as a tens digit and one of them as a ones digit. Roll them both and tell me what you roll.
What should
62.
62.
426.
You make an alliance with a powerful and charismatic noble who becomes an ally. You either increase leadership or you gain +4 to your next advancement roll thanks to his or her aid. An advancement is when you roll. It's the last thing you do in the past. Once you've survived, you can try and advance within your career. What do you think?
Use the
You want it-
advancement roll. I would.
Advancement is pretty good. I don't know. It's up to you. What do you think?
No, that sounds pretty good.
Okay, so this guy called in favors. Is it a guy or a girl?
It's Jeff.
Well,
Well,
no, I
Jeff's
won't
not a
be
noble.
working in your court. I won't be that. I'm not that powerful.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. Social modifier, social standing of 8 is not like.
No, you're this is someone.
So I'm picking who it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like you
just-
did a mission, like delivering something for someone.
And you don't need to put a
made
name
friends
to it
with
and whatnot
them.
too. It could be like, is it someone who was a friend of yours? Is it an old guy you did a nice thing for? Is it a girl you romanced? A guy you romanced?
It would be a former employer.
That you roll.
Okay. So there's someone that you were working for as a courier that really was impressed with you. They wanted to see you succeed even though you were junior. Cool. So, Dave, next thing we're going to do is roll to see if you advance. So looking at the courier, same sheet there, the advancement roll is an education of 9 or higher. You see that?
Is it the
Oh, yeah.
top,
Yep, yep.
So what's your education modifier?
0.
However, because of your noble connections, you get +4 to this roll. So now it's a 5 or higher. Let's see. Did you advance in this
That's why I
career?
was saying it's a good thing to use
Yeah.
this bonus on.
Oh, thank
Nice. 10. Okay, so you definitely advance, which means first thing is, Dave, you get to pick. Okay, so take a look at, because you're a courier, pick either personal development, service skills, or courier, and then you're going to roll 1d6 and you get to add that modifier. I think you have to add that benefit, either learn a new skill or get a modifier to your abilities.
Okay, but I've already added service skills, so would I?
Right. This is what you do because you successfully advance in your career. This is what you also get.
So you always get one of the whatever the service skills are.
Yeah. Well, as a first career, first time you go into a career, you automatically get all those service skills at 0, and then every time you advance, you also get to pick one of those 3 to roll on and get another skill.
Right. Or you can do personal development or the courier specific.
Exactly.
One of them.
So, Dave, which looks better, personal development, service skills, or courier?
I think I will go with. Let's go with the courier.
Courier. Okay. So, courier, give me a d6 roll. Let's see what you get. James, if you want to start looking at psionics, it's page 196.
3.
A 3 pilot spacecraft. So go ahead and add 1 to that. And Dave, your rank, you went up by 1. You are now a scout. And guess what you get? I'm looking at page 42 here. As a rank 1 scout, you get vac suit at 1 as well. Okay. So that's where we're leaving your character at 22. We know you at 22. We know you at 22. Brent, what career is your character going to go into?
Navy.
Navy. Nice. Okay. So let's roll for your entry. So it's the qualification is an intellect of 6 or higher.
All right. Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, you got it. Now, let's see if you were commissioned. Is your social a 9 or higher?
Unfortunately, it is not.
Oh shit. You can't become commissioned in the starting the thing, but that might happen over the course of your career. So first thing, Brent, do you want to first write down all the service skills at 0?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Jeff, we'll do yours parallel here too.
Oh, sure.
Actually, Cork, we'll do yours at the same time too. Corey, what career do you want to try and get into?
Pirate.
Pirate is what, under Drifter?
Oh. Under Rogue?
Under Rogue. Okay, cool. So Cork, you're going to want to roll to try and get into that career. You need to roll 6 or higher. What's your dexterity modifier?
11. Oh wait, the modifier is 11, so +1, I think.
11. I think it's actually better than that. Is 11 +1? Or is
Yeah, 9 to 11 is +1.
Okay, cool. So Cork, that means you need to roll 2 dice, and you roll 5 or higher to get into that career.
Okay.
9, I got in.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, I got 8.
Nice. Okay, so then Cork, record under what's under service skills under Rogue. Each of those is at 0 for you.
Oh, all of them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Jeff, you know what you're doing with your service skills as well?
Yep.
Brent, you got yours recorded?
Yeah. So you said if I get 0 and I have one, it bumps it up to a 1.
That's right. Yep.
Awesome.
That, again, that's not rules as written. That's just what we're doing today.
That's okay. I like those rules. Keep outgrowing it.
Okay. And you're.
Oh, what do I drive? It says drive, but it doesn't specify.
You can pick whichever you like.
Okay.
Oh no, it's at 0 anyway, so it's everything. Remember, 0 is just the baseline.
Right.
Okay, Brent. So, are you ready to see if you survived in the
Yes.
army? Okay. So,
Or
which
Navy.
Brent? Which of the did you go into support, infantry, or cavalry?
No, Navy.
You're Navy, sorry.
I'll go for engineer gunner.
Nice. Okay. So then, Brent, your survival roll is an intellect of 6 or higher.
All right.
So let's see here. Come on, big money.
And I get to add 1 because of my
Dice modifier. Yep. So it's a 5 or
Oh,
higher.
sorry.
Then.
Nope, I don't because I only have an 8.
Okay. So 6 or higher.
Oh, 5.
Oh no!
I needed that bonus.
Oh no! Wait. Did you roll a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, no, but that. Oh, you didn't get a modifier.
No, I confused that with a different.
Oh shit! Okay, so because you failed, that means you must leave the career immediately. You also do not get a benefit roll for that.
Oh.
So right now, Dave successfully completed 1 career, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are out of that career then, Brent, which means you're going to have to, for your next term, you have to pick something different.
Okay.
So those we'll deal with
Do
that.
you roll on the mishaps thing or no?
Let's see here. Yes, he does. So Brent, roll 1d6, and let's see what happens on your mishap.
Why
4.
you failed out?
A 4, you are blamed for an accident that causes the death of several crew members. If you were responsible, then you gain 1 free roll on the skills and training table before you're ejected from this career, as your guilt drives you to excel. If you were not, then gain the officer who blamed you as an enemy, but keep your benefit roll from this turn. So what do you want? Do you want the skill roll? Are you to blame for it?
So skill roll, I get to keep a skill roll or a benefit.
Yeah. Whether you are to blame or not. What do you think?
I'll take the officer as an enemy.
Okay, so you get the officer as an enemy and write down that you've got 1 benefit from Navy. Okay, have you ready to roll your survival?
Sure.
So you're an entertainer, you said, right?
Yes, I am
And-
a magician.
Magician, so a performer,
Yes.
okay?
Yep.
Okay,
And
so
my stage name is Zap Starfuck. No,
your name is not Zap Starfuck.
just kidding. All right, so roll to see if I survive.
Roll to see if you survive. Yeah, you intellect of 5 or higher.
Yep.
Yes, nice. Which means then you get to roll on events, and hold on, you're a performer, right?
Yes.
Give me a sec here.
Yeah, I'm a performer.
Hold
Is
on,
the
hold on.
technical.
Okay, so that is dilettante, I think. Let's see here. Performer. Where are you here? I think we'll use the actor.
Yeah, that's
thing for that.
probably
That's probably the
good, yeah.
closest thing for it. So where's-
Yeah, they're both performers. So same idea.
Okay, so one sec here. Wrong sheet. Here we go. Okay, give me. So it's 2d6, but different colors. So one's a tens digit.
53.
53. So every performer gets used to bad reviews, but you receive one that is particularly scathing, even vicious. The review is so hurtful, you suffer a -2 to your next survival check.
Oh my goodness.
So write that down.
Ouch.
That's brutal. Okay, so done. You completed yours. You completed yours. Oh, and then because you
mine?
well, no, your first pass. So Jeff, you've got your character down at you succeeded, which means you get an advancement.
No, I have to check if I advance.
Right, we get an advancement roll. So
Dex 7+.
okay, give it a roll.
No, I did not advance.
Did not advance. Okay, which means no extra skills, but you can choose to stay in the same career and write down you've got one benefit.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
how you got your skills written down?
Yeah.
Let's see if you survived your childhood as a pirate.
What am I rolling here?
You're gonna roll. I'm looking on page 38, Cork. You see where it says survival next to pirate? It says Dex 6+.
Survival Dex 6+. Yeah.
So you're gonna roll that. What you want to roll is 2d6. Add your dexterity dice modifier, and you want to beat 6 or higher.
7.
Nice. So you survived. Next thing we got to roll is your event. And hold on, you're a pirate, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the event table in the scoundrel book. You scoundrel pirate. And you're gonna roll, Corey, two different. One, this d6 is going to be a tens digit, and one is going to be a ones digit.
Okay. The one I'm rolling the tens.
Yep.
4. And the ones is that was a jack dice. 6.
46. Okay.
46.
Let me see here. I'm just trying to find the pirate's tablet. Here we go. 46, Cork. Okay. Give me 2d6 and add it together.
5.
5. One of your crimes pays off. You gain +2 to any one benefit roll. So write that down. +2 to one benefit roll. And
Where's
you
that?
and your. I'm looking at page 39.
No, well, on my character sheet, what's the benefit roll?
Like write it maybe on the back or something like that, just to keep track of.
I'll just write it anywhere. So what was that again?
Just for now, we're just creating the character. So +2 to one benefit roll, and your victim has become an enemy.
Okay.
So whoever you stole from is an enemy.
Okay.
Have we finished?
I'm thinking that Freddie Roberts is actually a chick.
Okay, yeah.
So she kind of romanced this guy and then stole a whole bunch of his shit.
That's awesome. Okay.
Is she hot, Corey?
Probably. She might be like a mulatto chick.
Okay. So I think that everyone is everyone's completed their first term, which means all of your characters are now 22 years old. So let me think here. Steve is finished. He flunked out of military school. You flunked out, right? Okay. So because you're out, let's roll your. You know what you can do, Brett? Please write down that you've got one benefit on.
I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. So the next thing we got to pick is whether you're going to carry on, or you can choose to leave your characters as they are, or we can go on. Now, one thing I want to pause for a moment because I forgot to do something for the Scion. We want to get. We're picking the powers that you have first to start with. Okay, James. So I'm looking on page 196.
Yep.
So here's the way it works: is we're picking which talents that you are starting with.
They're not skills.
They're not skills; they're talents. So I'm not sure where on the character sheet. Maybe it's on the second page somewhere. Not well. So let's pick somewhere to write it down. So first thing we're going to do is oh yeah, and actually they are going to be skills because you use your skills. Yeah,
There's a couple of blank spots on the skill things.
Yeah. Okay, so James, here's what you do: is to learn them, you're rolling 2d6, and you're adding your psi modifier, and then you are subtracting how many checks you've tried. So the more checks you make, the harder it is to learn additional skills. So you also add, depending on what talent you want to roll and...
You only get one though, correct?
No, you keep on rolling.
Oh.
Yeah, you test all of them. It's just that some are more likely to get learned. Like if you pick telepathy as your first one, it's more likely you're going to learn it.
Okay, I didn't realize. I thought you just choose one training and that was it.
Nope. Okay, so which one do you want to try and learn first? Telepathy, clairvoyance, telekinesis, awareness, or teleportation? Clairvoyance. Okay, so clairvoyance gives you +3 to your dice modifier. You need to roll 8 or higher to learn it. That's +3.
Why do I need an 8 or higher?
Because that's the default number.
Oh.
So you got +3 from because it's clairvoyance. No modifier because of how many rolls, and what's your psi modifier? 1. Okay, so it's +4. You need to roll 4 or higher to learn clairvoyance. Yep. So go ahead and write down clairvoyance.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to try next?
We'll do telepathy.
Okay, so that's same thing, 4 or higher. Yep. So you also have telepathy. What's the next one?
These are my new cooking.
Telekinesis, awareness, or teleportation?
We'll do awareness.
Awareness, okay. So you have +1. Let's think here. -2 because of the number of rolls you've made. +1 from that, so it's -1. You need a 9 or higher. Sorry, 8 or higher because of your psi modifier.
Nope.
No. Okay. Not awareness. TK or teleportation?
Teleportation.
So that's a 10 or higher you need. Oh, so close. If you pick telekinesis,
7, 8, 9 +1 from the side.
I think that's included already. Let's just go through the dice modifiers. This is your fourth thing you're trying to. No, third thing you've. Third roll you made or fourth roll you made?
This is the
fourth roll, which means minus.
Because the other one.
Yeah, so -3. And teleportation has no modifier. +1, so it's -2, which means 10 or higher.
Okay.
Okay. So last one is telekinesis, which means -4. +2 is -2. Plus your 1 modifier, it's a 9 or higher to learn telekinesis.
I should have done it in a different order.
Oh, okay. So you got telekinesis or telepathy and clairvoyance as your powers. Okay. So
does that include teledildonics?
So
he's learning teledildonics, exactly.
Yeah. So are those all zeros then?
So those 2 things are at 0. Yeah. Okay. Now, guys, hold on. Do you start? Take a look at the rules there. I'm not sure honestly if you do start at 0. Let's see here. Yeah, you gain it at 0. That's right. Okay, so everybody's at 22 right now. Is anybody done character generation? Are you satisfied with the character you've got, or are you going to see what more we can learn about these characters?
More.
Stop at any time.
Yeah, you can stop at any time.
Yeah.
There's more?
Yeah, you keep going.
So
You're 22 right now. Now we're going to do the next 4 years of your life.
But what about the Scion?
Go for an 80-year-old.
That's where you're going to go into next.
Oh,
can,
I
but
thought
you have
everyone
penalties.
was already going through this page on their characters.
But remember, your character went to pre-career. You went to university first.
Okay.
So did Jaden. So did Steve.
Okay.
They went, and actually so did Brent, who just flunked out. Or did you flunk out? Yeah. Oh, you didn't even get in.
No, I got in, then I flunked out. I got in, and then
Oh no, you got into the career. I mean the military academy. The only one who actually got into a military academy was Steve's character, and he flunked out of the military academy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so everybody's on their first pass. Anybody done with their character generation?
Do you get to continue your career path?
Yeah, that's next word is the next 4 years of your life.
Okay, I'll do another one.
Okay, is everyone on board for another one?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. The reason I wanted to go through each of these in detail is so we can try and speed it up next round. Okay, so for those of you who were not in a career, Steve, James, and Jaden, now you guys have to pick a career to enter. Scion, do you know what career you want to get into? Science. Oh, interesting.
Going forward.
Okay, and then Steve, do you know what career you want to go into?
I was gonna pick Army Infantry again.
Okay. So then and I think you automatically get into that. You don't need to roll the qualification. Brent needs to pick a new career.
Can I try and re-enlist at a pound?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Once you get out of a career, That boat has sailed.
Mad scientist.
So you're going to carry on in entertainer.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to enter into Scion, and you're going to enter into science, right?
Science. I'm going to be a mad scientist orbiting in a laboratory.
Awesome. Okay, so your science. Let's see here. So the science qualifier is what?
Intelligence.
Oh, is it? Are you looking at? It's under
Plus-
scholar.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's intellect plus 6+. So you're going to roll that. Brent, what's your career you're going to go into?
Give me 1 second. I'm just
Okay.
gonna.
Dave, are you carrying on in your career?
An option to that?
Yeah, because you go into what?
I'm a courier.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, you can carry on.
He got advanced.
another 4. Hey, right, you got an advancement too, so you can carry on in career if you want.
Or I can do something else.
You can
Yes.
choose to go. Yeah, like this is part of the fun of the process is we're learning what these guys have done
In their
before
lives.
before we met them in the game.
I'll try a scout. That's relates to the Navy, sort of.
Sure. Okay. So Brent, take a look at what the qualifier is. It's 5+.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to roll that. You roll your qualifier. James, can you see what's a qualifier for Scion?
Oh God.
Psi 6+.
Okay. So you're going to roll that at it. See if you qualify. You're carrying on. Corey, you're carrying on. Brent or Steve, you're already enrolled.
Question quick.
Yep.
I did or did not graduate with honors.
Did not graduate with honors.
Okay. So then it's only a +5.
Okay. So let's see if you get in. Brent, did you get in?
Yes.
Awesome.
So you said
6.
one of the 3.
Thank God it's only 5 or higher.
Those
Yeah. See, you're in. Okay. And you're in?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So
Took a dive.
for those of you who are going into a career for the first time, you two guys, all the service skills you get at 0. So record that first.
Okay.
Dave,
Mhm.
you are in the scout service again as a career.
So wait a minute. You said all the service skills?
Right by your point.
Oh yeah. Here you go.
So then technically I got teleportation at 0, awareness at 0, the ones I failed. And then so then,
Well, yes, but you can't actually use them.
no, but then clairvoyance and telepathy go up by 1.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So Dave, what you get to do, because this is your second pass through it, what you're going to do is pick
Service skills. Go.
service skills. Yes. You're going to go to either personal development, service skills, or courier. And you get to roll 1d6 and add 1 to whatever skill that is.
Ew.
Mhm.
So that's what we do if we continue in a career.
That's
we
what you do,
get to
yeah.
choose one of them.
Yeah, choose one of them, make your roll, and then we roll survival again.
So basically, that's exactly the same as last time.
You just don't get the zeros and everything. Exactly. Like each round we're going to go through, we roll survival, we roll for events or mishap, and then we roll for advancement if you stayed in the career.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for courier again.
Okay.
You know, what the heck?
What is Jack of all trades?
That's amazing. You get a 0 in like basically you can use it for any skill at default. So any other skill rather than suffering that -3. Jack of all trades is a really fucking great.
So you can
skill.
only get that once.
That's right.
So I actually got pilot again.
Okay, so that means you add +1 to it.
So it's a skill thing. I write it down in my skill area.
That's
Just
right.
I
As Jack
am
of
a
all trades
all
as
trades.
0.
Am I rolling assignments?
Not yet.
Oh, there. it
Okay.
is.
So I'm not doing anything right now.
No, you're doing well. Here, let's. Did you record all your skills at 0?
I was gonna have some of those.
So it's only the ones under service skills.
Just under service skills. Now, if I have stats in those, I'm just bumping it by 1.
Bumping it by 1. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. So that's you guys are done. Brent, you've got your
Yes.
0 things listed. You're good. Corey,
Yeah.
so you're going to look at rogue,
Yeah.
and you're going to pick either personal development, service skills, or pirate, and you're going to roll on that. Roll on one of the tables and add whatever the modifier is.
So if I roll on pirate, I get lackey, henchman, corporal, sergeant, all that shit.
No. Look under right on page 38.
Yeah.
Your options are to roll on personal development, to roll on service skills, or to roll on pirate. Pick one of those tables, roll 1d6, and add 1 to whatever that skill is.
I have to choose before I roll.
That's right, yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna roll on pirate.
Okay.
1d6.
That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. And Steve, because you entered the career, you've recorded all of your service skills at 0, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I got vac suit.
Okay, so vac suit goes up by 1.
I didn't even know that was a skill. Okay.
It's using a vacuum suit. It is a pretty important.
So it's at 0 now.
Okay, nice. No, it's at 1. You get to. It's only when you're initially getting into the career that starts at 0.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys are in a first term in a career. So is Steve. So guys, let's roll survival. Each of you can see where the survival is on the career.
But it's but that's the question. I'm a scion, but it talks about wild talent, adept, psi warrior.
Yeah, you pick one of those.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably go with adept.
Okay. So everybody now needs to make a roll for survival.
I can't see survival on here.
I rolled a 7 and -2 is 5.
Awesome. Sorry, what was that, Corp?
I can't find the survival on here.
Survival is at the top of page 38. For a pirate, remember it's Dex 6+.
So it's education plus.
Oh, I see that. Okay, so I roll 2d6.
Yep.
Well, are you a
Yes.
adept?
Okay.
Wild
I'm
talent,
going with
sci warrior?
adept, and it's
Hey,
education.
did we forget to do advancement for Corey?
So what does that mean?
I can't remember if we
Can't
rolled.
remember.
Is this the
Corey,
target
did we
number?
roll advancement
Is this
for
the
you?
target number?
On my characteristics?
Okay, so I rolled 6.
No,
and
like
I've got
last
13
pass, did we
education,
roll
so
it
it's a
to
plus
see whether you advanced
Yeah.
as a pirate? I don't think so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't recall.
I don't think so. Okay, Corey, can you first off, did you survive?
I rolled 9.
Yes, you did. Awesome. Corey, can you also roll 2d6 and add your intellect modifier? Tell me what it is.
It is 3.
Now that I've done this,
A 3?
Yeah.
So you did not advance last pass, so that's what I was rolling for.
Okay, so vac suit is off.
Yeah, so you survived. Steve is gone. How'd you guys do? Did you guys survive? Survived?
Do I mean, if I'm carrying on, do I still need to make a survival roll?
Survival is whether you stayed in the career or not, or whether you had a
Right.
career
Screwed
transition.
up, yeah.
Something went wrong in your career. Like
Okay,
remember
I'm
Frank's
not-
character, how he actually killed
I'm
that.
not-
Or it was framed.
No, you chose the option, which means that you.
No, you
oh,
chose
you were.
the other
Yeah,
one.
you
I
were.
chose the option,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah. Okay, you survived. James, did you survive?
I easily, but
Okay.
now what?
Hold
Okay.
on. Did you survive?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay. You survived.
Uh,
Check with the
You
survival.
gotta, like, which are you a courier?
Yeah, he's a courier.
Yeah.
Courier, so you got to roll endurance, making work
Just to
5 or
survive
better.
again.
Yeah, every roll, every 4 years.
even though I've already like bumped up my skill.
Yep. Yeah, every round. Because the thing is, this is where the tragedies happen or whatnot, and
Did you fuck up on the job?
2d6.
2d6, yeah, and add your whatever the survival modifier is. For your character, it's a
How many children?
it's endurance. How'd you do?
Yeah, the +1 in endurance.
No.
Did you fail?
Yes.
Oh no!
If he needs a 5, he got a 4, and if he doesn't have endurance, what's your
No.
endurance?
No
0.
modifier. Okay, so Dave, would you kindly roll 1d6 and take a look at mishap table, please? No. Would you roll?
Psychologically damaged by your time in the scouts. Reduce your intellect by
So-
1.
Reduce your intellect or social by 1. So what happened? Now is where you start thinking about, well, what the fuck happened that you were so psychologically damaged and then got kicked out of the scouts? The courier is just moving between things. Maybe you were delivering to some really fucking horrible world. Maybe you were delivering to his home world, where it's like fucking Mad Max.
I don't know. Like he's pretty seasoned before that happened. So
Yeah, jeez.
I named
Okay, so we know you're out of the scouts, which means you do not get the benefit roll from that passage. Brent, your gold, you survived.
Yes.
James survived. You survived. Corey survived. Steve-O?
What? I didn't survive. I got out of the career path, remember?
No, you didn't advance.
But I named my homeworld active.
Oh, I
Yeah.
survived.
You just didn't get yourself ahead in the career. You did survive. You didn't advance. Or Steve, let's roll to see if you survived being in the army.
I survived. I got
Did you?
7. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, anybody who survived, now roll. We're rolling for advancement. Oh no, for now we're going to roll life events.
Oh, I thought I advanced.
You can count that, Brian. That sounds. I don't want to take that woohoo
I
away.
have to roll advancement yet too, right?
We know first we're going to do is roll events. So you are a scientist, right?
Quick question. I still haven't figured this out.
Okay.
In my service skills, I get a bonus in
I got an advance.
drive and science. I already have all of those.
So bump it up by 1. Remember, science and drive are
has 5 stats in it.
right. So the cascade skills, pick one of them.
Oh, okay, just pick one.
Just
Go
pick
to the
one.
skill area, you'll
Yeah.
see the listing of all the different sciences.
Right. I found that one already.
Okay.
It's sweet.
Okay.
It's also all sorts of goodness in there.
Hold on. Which one am I looking at here? Scion, Merchant Prince. No.
I think that's in the 60s, 90s,
Agent, maybe.
Okay, so let's roll. Oh, here we go. So, Jaden, your guy,
Yes, sir.
do you see him as being more of a? Is he like a laboratory bound researcher? Is he? You said he was a field researcher type guy, right?
He's a scientist.
So, but I mean, is he working in a lab somewhere, or is he out in the field doing field research, or is he a doctor? What do you think?
Probably more field researcher.
Okay, so roll 2d6 each of different colors, and then pick one as 10 and one as 1's digit, and let me know what you roll. This is your life event.
53.
53. Your mission to investigate an urbanized planet unexpectedly torn apart by war. So you gain one of either get +1 to your stealth, +1 to streetwise, +1 to persuade, or +1 to recon.
What page can I find that?
This isn't a different thing. This is a separate book. So just record for your character. You want +1 to stealth, +1 to streetwise, +1 to persuade, or +1 to recon. Stealth, so add +1 stealth. And then you've got 2 enemies because you discover that the war was being fomented by 2 mega corporations.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay, so we got yours.
I got an enemy.
James, or Brent's got to roll an event as well. Brent, what career are you in right now, Brent?
I am in.
You will
career.
roll an event. Yeah.
Oh, you're a scout, right?
Right.
Hold on, we're a scout.
Okay.
43.
43.
Roll in events.
Okay, through investigation, you find that an enemy is really on your side. Either gain an ally or convert one enemy into an ally. Do you have an enemy right now?
Yes, that guy who
Fuck you over. Maybe there was a reason why he fucked you over.
Ooh, there's a conspiracy. I like that.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
There's some kind of conspiracy, and then I don't know. He's now
an ally. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So write that down. Next up, James. So now, James, this is why we've got the Scion book. It's because we're going to pick one of the
Events.
Yeah, you said you're an adept.
Yes.
Okay, so that's probably. Let's see here.
Walker or wheeled machine?
Walker, so much cooler.
Mechs. We need mechs.
Sold.
So I think probably the table you want to roll on is not rogue, not navy, not drifter, not army. What is the description that's listed there for what do you call it for adept?
You are a scholar of the psionic disciplines.
Okay, do you see yourself as being part of like a mystic order? Is it sort of have that kind of trappings, or is it more of a hard science kind of researchy type thing?
More of a hard science.
Okay, so let's use the scholar table. So I'm taking a look, James, at page 33. Give me D2d6, and I'll roll different colors. One as 10s, one as 1s.
Dark blue is 10.
Okay.
$32.
32. You are seconded to the army for this term. Resolve the rest of this term using the Scion army tables in this book. Interesting. So you got into an army of some kind. How do you think that happened?
Using the psionic army?
Yeah. Well, there isn't a psionic army in this setting, so unless you were maybe seconded to the Zodani for some reason. That's weird. Let's see what, so then what we need to roll is, so you're done. Jeff, you want to roll your entertainer one?
Sure.
Okay, so what'd you roll?
63.
63. You have a falling out with your closest friends.
Oh my god.
If you have an ally, you lose it. If you have no allies, you lose all your current contacts instead. If you do not even have contacts, you already lead a sad, lonely life and are not penalized any further.
Wow.
So your guy is like, I'm a magician, and has had terrible fucking reviews and lost all his friends.
Wow, he's sad and lonely.
You know, I'm picturing he's like a Gilbert Gottfried style thing where he's just like is objectionable to everybody, but not successful the way he is.
Well, he's like, I think he's just actually
you know,
terrible.
He's fucking Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We'll see you at the space. You guys be my friends.
Okay, Corey.
Yeah.
Should we see what happens to your character?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so you are a scoundrel, Mr. Pirate. Give me a 2d6 roll. One as 10 digits, one as one's digit.
66.
66. I'm sure that's going to be good. Oh, it is. You captured a valuable prize. You were automatically promoted.
Wow.
No.
So you become,
You advance.
yeah, you advance by one. So you had, what was your rank was 0 before, right, Cork?
Yeah.
You're now a rank 1 pirate, so you can gain +1 to either pilot or gunnery.
Let's go with. Do we already have a pilot?
Does anybody else have pilot more than 0?
Pilot? Yes.
Yeah, we got a couple pilots.
All right, gunner.
Nice. Okay, then Steve O.
Is that just put in the first gunner 1?
Yes.
All right.
Okay, Steve.
All right.
Let's check your thing. I'm looking at. You're in the army, right?
Yep. 23.
23. Let's see.
Or maybe not for you.
23. Your commanding officer takes an interest in your career.
Oh no, I didn't roll. I didn't roll yet. I'm at page 23.
Okay, no. I'm rolling on the expanded one in one of the supplemental books.
Anymore.
Okay.
So give me a roll 2d6. Pick one as a 10 digit, one as one's digit,
Okay.
and tell me what you roll.
11.
Disaster. Roll on the mishap table.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
So Steve, you're not ejected from the career. It just means that you didn't have a great first career. Roll 1d6.
1d6. 4.
You discover that your commanding officer is engaged in some illegal activity such as weapon smuggling. You can join their ring and gain them as an ally before the inevitable investigation gets you discharged, or you can cooperate with the military police. The official whitewash gets you discharged anyway, but you may keep your benefit roll from this term. We're not going to discharge you with it, but what I'll say instead is that you gain an enemy of the commanding officer. So what do you think?
Yeah, I'll go with the enemy.
Okay, so you got an enemy of a commanding officer?
Could that have been my major crime?
Maybe, yeah.
Like
Maybe that's how you guys met. That you were involved.
Stole a whole bunch of guns.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So everyone's on their event.
Got a question for you.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, so we've done our events. Do we get skills and training at a turn?
Now we get to roll. No, you're in your first pass in this career,
Okay.
right? So that's why you got. Hold on. This is your first pass of a new career, right?
Right, but I did advance.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
You're jumping a step ahead because you rolled advancement too soon.
Yeah, just to please do it along with everyone else, just so that we're making sure that we're all doing it correctly. Because look, Brent, I fucked this up like the first
sorry,
5
I didn't
times
realize
that
I was.
Yeah.
To get ahead. Sorry.
I've already had folks who are, helpfully commenting online about things I missed. When we created our characters for Pirates of Drinax, I fucked them over on about 5 different skills because I didn't realize you're supposed to also get skills when you roll advancement. So,
I unfortunately have to go in about 15 minutes.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Your character suddenly dies.
Yes.
Sorry, Steve. I didn't realize you had such a short time.
You know that was going to happen anyways.
Yeah, I did.
Well, Steve, thanks for joining us for how you did so far.
Okay. Yeah, that was fun. Nice to see all you guys.
I felt kind of like I knew your character from a dream or something.
Yeah.
Here in passing.
All right.
Exactly.
Have a great weekend, and thanks for joining us.
He was one of the crew members you killed.
Yeah. You killed your character.
If you want to hang on to my character and use him as fodder later, that's fine.
Done. We've got his listed here. So Vince or Vic D'Argento will tragically meet a horrific end.
Kevin,
All right.
can I roll on the Sonic Army? Is that what we had to resolve my event?
Yes, you'll be rolling the Sonic Army for your
Resolve the
advancement.
rest of this term using the Sonic Army.
Yeah, so you're doing advancement, and if you successfully advance, you'll roll your extra skill on that table.
Oh.
Yeah. So hold on. Let's first, Brent, I think I fucked something up, though, because did you already have a career where you got all zeros in something?
Yes.
Okay, so because you've already done that, you don't get the same benefit again. What you get instead is 1 skill. Where is it? Hold on.
Like when you became a scout, you would have got 1 skill instead.
Yeah, you get one of those skills at level 0 when you were a scout.
Oh, not all of them.
Yeah, so let's back those out and then
Okay.
pick one of them, please. So I forgot. Okay, now let's roll for advancement. Okay, so we'll go in order of everybody here. Go ahead and roll your advancement.
Same thing. A 10 and a 1.
No. This is rolling. So check on your advancement thing.
+8.
So what's your int modifier?
+0.
+0. Okay, so you roll advancement as well, or did you roll already?
He flunked out.
I didn't even survive my career.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to write it in. That's right.
Brent already made it.
Psychological trauma.
Yeah. Psychological trauma.
Thanks for bringing that back up.
Sorry. And Brent, you successfully advanced, right?
Yeah.
Okay. James,
I successfully advanced.
in army, nice.
Oh no, I haven't rolled the army.
So you,
What do I got?
Oh, what did you need?
An 8.
oh, so close.
So hold on for a second. Do I have to choose a assignment then?
No. You're rolling for advanced. So whatever the listing for Scion Army,
I don't.
Shit.
See
the advancement for
Damn
Scion Army. Are you the okay? Were you in the intelligence, the infantry, or the special forces?
none of those.
I know, because remember, we're rolling on this chart for the rest of your career.
Right.
This one.
Right.
Same shit.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, his life event was he was conscripted into the
Yeah.
Psionic Army.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Awesome. Okay. So you can roll education 9 or higher to advance.
Your duty house
my education is 13.
Starship Trooper.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
My education is 13.
Okay, so that's a 13 is what, a +2? Okay.
Thanks.
So you need to roll 7 or higher.
I advanced, Kev. My son.
Whoa! You advanced. So because it's in this career, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to apply the army advancement. So you have become a we'll say a private. So you get gun combat at 1. Yeah.
All right. Gun.
And
Bottom of second column.
because you're
What sort of gun combat?
whichever one you want to pick.
Oh.
And because you got it at 1, that means also by necessity you got everything else at 0. You're also going to James because when you make your advancement roll, you can roll on either specialist intelligence, personal development, service skills, or advanced education because your education is so high. So pick one of those
Sorry.
on
Advanced.
page 20 of Scion.
Yeah, looking at it.
So personal development, service skills, advanced education, or specialist intelligence. Pick one of those, roll 1d6, and then add that benefit. Did you advance?
Yes.
Awesome.
I guess my sad and lonely life left me lots of time
Yeah,
to practice
lots of
on
time
my
to work.
tricks.
So you didn't advance. Brent and Jack. Corey, did you advance?
I didn't roll.
Okay, so you're going to roll for advancement. It's looking at on Rogue. Pirate advancement is an intellect of 6+.
Wait, but didn't his life event say he automatically advanced?
No, you got a rank.
Oh.
Okay, so intellect is
You
8.
get a promotion.
Yeah, but isn't
Intellect
that,
is 8, so I have to roll a 6 or better.
Oh, no, just right. You actually, your life event gave you a promotion, so you don't need to roll for it.
yeah, I think you automatically advanced.
Okay, so now everybody who advanced,
Okay, why not?
you get to pick one more d6 roll on one of those tables. So on either personal development, service skills, or whatever the specialist one is. You unfortunately didn't advance. So
And when it says skill or bonus next to your right, is that different than advancement?
what's that?
When you advance, is that the ranks and thing down there?
Yes, you'll also get that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a scout.
Nice.
And then I can pick one skill from the list.
No, you pick one of those lists and then you roll and add
Oh,
it.
gotcha.
Does that make sense, Cork?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I rolled on specialist intelligence. I got remote operations. Does that become a skill?
Yes.
I got
Right.
carouse.
Nice.
And it's at 0?
1.
Oh, okay. Now, sorry, you said we're rolling a second time?
No.
I've only rolled once.
That's all you get.
Okay. 'cause
And
you
so
said
now
something about
anyone
doing
who
something again.
successfully completed their career gains a benefit from that career.
Yes, they'll gain
That's
a
the
benefit
last
as well.
step,
Yeah,
right?
mark that down that you get a benefit if you not if you advance around, it's whether as long as you weren't kicked out. So you got a benefit from Scion, you got a second benefit from
Energy.
What was
Okay.
my benefit? My benefit was
you just write down benefit. We're going to roll in the
Oh.
benefits chart.
You'll see when
afterwards.
you leave. Yeah.
Do I add it to
Okay.
my previous benefit?
No. Yes, but not from the same career. Like you roll on each career what benefit
Each
is.
career you get a number of.
Yeah, when you
benefits.
muster out of the career, you'll get it. Okay, so Cork is good. All right, so guys, we have now got our characters all at 26 years old. Are any of the characters good to go now, or are we continuing?
I'm good to go. I'm good to go.
Okay, so your character's done then, Cork. So Corey, what you're going to do is you're going to roll. 1 second here. 2 mustering out benefits.
Okay.
So what rank? You reached rank 1. So you're going to get 3 rolls on benefits, Cork. So first one, Corey, do you want to roll? I'm looking on page 38 at the mustering out benefits. Do you want to roll on cash or on benefits?
I'll roll on benefits.
Okay, roll 1d6 and tell me what you roll.
But it goes from 1 to 7.
Right, because there's some. If you go further into a career, you get bonuses to your benefits rolls.
I rolled 4, so that's 1D ship shares.
1d6 ship shares. Okay, cool. So you are part. I think that you're one of the owners of this ship. The ship we saw at the opening scene.
Yeah.
You're part of owner of one of those. And then roll
Cool.
again. You can either go on benefits or cash.
We'll go with benefits.
Roll 1d6 again.
5.
5. You gain armor. Armor that's worth up to 10,000 credits.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
roll one more time.
I'm rolling on cash.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Oh, jack dice. 6. Holy fuck.
You get 100,000 credits.
Cool.
Okay. Now, Court, what you can do in the interim is, let's see here. You're 26. There's no aging rolls we need to make. So that's good. We've mustered you out. You can take a look at the equipment. That starts on page 94 and spend some of your money.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody else is carrying on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yours first. Are you carrying on as a scholar? Okay. So you're going to roll for, pick one of the tables again and roll and add that to whatever, +1 to whatever skill you roll. Dave, what are you going to do now? He was kicked out of the, Shuji was kicked out of the scout service.
He's going so rogue.
He's going so rogue incident. Okay. Oh, this is what, yeah, this is how he ends up as a gambler. Let's see here. Or is gambler a... Okay. So to get into rogue, Dave, qualifier is dex of 6+, but you get -1 for each previous career. How many? You've had 2 other careers, haven't you?
No, I kind of stayed in the same career, right?
Did you go directly into the? Oh yeah, that's right. Because you went directly into
Failed out to the
scout.
military,
Right.
right?
So what's your dex modifier?
1.
1. So basically -1 because of the previous career. You need to roll 6 or higher to get in.
I meant -1. Like it's so I've got an 11 dex, so -2 to. So 4.
No, okay. What when it says DM, that means to the number you rolled, not to the
I
target
see.
number. So yeah, so it's harder to get into a career the longer you've been doing something else.
I
You know,
see.
There's a reason I can't show up and decide I want to be an engineer tomorrow.
Okay, so
So you're gonna. I think what you're the 11 is what +1.
Yeah.
So it nets out. So you need a 6 or higher to get into being a rogue. Let's see.
all right.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Yeah, I saw that 6. So you are definitely in a rogue. So Dave, pick one of the service skills and record it at a 0. Brent, are you carrying on in the scout service?
Just one of the service skills, Kev.
Just one of them.
Rolling
So
for my surviving?
you lose survival afterwards. First, you rolled your skill, Brent. Are you staying in Scion?
Yes. No, the scout.
Yeah. So then, Brent, you pick one of the tables and roll.
Okay.
Are you staying in Scion?
Scion, but do I have to stay in the army? Or
No, you're back to
scholar?
normal. Back to normal Scion. Yeah. Table.
Oh, back to here.
Right. You were in the.
You were just
army
seconded. So at some point,
That was just for the life events that we were
exactly. So we know that at some point in your like mid-20s, you got seconded and were part of the special intelligence thing, and you actually got a rank in it. So you're staying in Scion. So James, pick a table, roll 1d6, and add that modifier. You're staying in entertainer.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and where he's cashed out. So go ahead. Has everyone rolled their skills now?
I'm staying in scientist.
No, I know, but did you roll? Did you pick a table and then roll and add your skill?
Which table, sorry.
Yep. The
Yeah,
table.
one of the tables you
One of
choose,
the tables you
and then
choose.
you
So
roll a
remember you
d6. No,
either
first thing you do is
personal
roll a
development,
d6
service
to see what
skills,
skill you
or
get.
whatever special. You said you're a scientist.
From the
I had to do my
So
turn.
1, 2, or
Are
that
you
one.
not?
Roll
This is
one
the new
d6.
term.
We're starting
Whichever
the
one
new
you pick,
term.
roll one
Had
d6.
to do
Just roll
survival.
forward whatever
Nope.
you rolled there.
Gets the benefit no matter what. You
Oh.
don't have to survive to get
The benefit.
So first,
Yep.
pick one of the skill groups,
Okay.
whichever one you want to roll on, and
Okay.
roll a d6, and that's the skill.
Okay, so
group.
you fell into roguehood at this point. Maybe this is where you guys, Corey, your two characters met up.
Oh my god.
Where? Sorry, I was reading.
Okay, so Dave's character, after he got traumatized out of the scout
I'll
service,
take a 6.
he fell in with the rogues.
Side +1.
So, Dave, which of the specialties did you get, or which of the assignments did you get? Thief, enforcer, or pirate?
Oh, I didn't think I was there yet. Am I choosing one, or am I just kind of?
Yeah, you're going to choose one because that's what's going to be your survival role.
Oh,
Well, he has to roll to see if he qualifies, right?
Oh, he did qualify.
Oh, he did qualify. Okay, yeah.
let's go with.
Did you get your skill?
Education is next. It's at 15.
15. Holy shit!
And I just got education +1 again.
Bump one down to the chart then. If you're already Mad Max, yeah, bump one down the chart. Take whatever that modifier is.
Okay.
Let's go with pirate.
Nice. So yeah, for sure. I think you guys met as pirate. I think you guys maybe know each other through the scout service.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you're a pirate. Everyone else has got their skills.
Yeah.
So the next thing is survival. So everybody, Corey doesn't need to worry. You guys need to roll your survival rolls.
Yep.
Okay.
I literally just have to hit a 1 for this.
Oh jeez. Oh no, yeah, because you're so educated, right? That's awesome. Oh no!
Poor Dave.
How the fuck did you fail out of being a pirate? Okay, Dave. So
You're not good at anything
Not
to do.
enough.
can you roll 1d6? Honestly, this is what Steve's character was like when we create. No, that's what your character was like.
Yeah, I just kept failing out of every career. Oh,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
So roll 1d6 on mishaps. Let's see what happens.
Space bomb. 6.
Oh, injured. Roll on injury table. Oh boy.
Sweet. That's the one I wanted.
Roll 1d6 for me, please. I'm looking at page 47.
I will also be looking at.
Yeah. You want to see what's coming?
Actually, can I be a prisoner?
You can be a prisoner. It's not good, but let's see. What'd you roll? Nearly killed.
Super.
Holy shit.
Roll on the chart.
So you reduce one physical characteristic by 1d6, reduce two others by 2. Holy fuck, what happened, do you think?
I tried to get in with a pirate band, and they turned on me
Nice!
and
Is that
fucked the shit out of me.
Yeah, nice! I love it. Okay, so apply that. Brent, did you survive?
I did.
James?
Anybody
Yep.
video it?
So everyone who survived, now you get to roll your
Probably out there on
advancement. So
Instagram
pick
somewhere.
one, or now we're going to roll advancement. So roll your advancement.
Oh, you don't want to do the life event?
Oh, yeah, life
first?
event. Hold on, we'll do life event.
Because that
So,
affects your advancement roll.
yes, of course. So Jaden, you're up first here. Let's roll your life event. Roll 2d6. Yeah.
And then I won.
Yes, please.
Or 11. Fuck.
Disaster. Roll on the mishap, but you're not ejected from the career. So what? Okay, so roll 1d6 for your mishap. 4. An expedition or voyage goes wrong, leaving you stranded in the wilderness. Gain survival 1 or athletics 1. Okay, so that's
One of the
You're a
survivors.
proper fucking field researcher then. Like that's
Seriously.
crazy. Okay, so we got your event done. Dave guys got a.
And they have to be physical characteristics, right?
Yeah. Brent, which one are you? You're in scout right now, right? Yep. Logan, please.
Jump in sociology. Mine's like, cool.
Yeah, but they're not those aren't even
32.
physical.
32. Roll on the normal
Right, like,
table. So
I'm
roll
assuming it has to be
2d6 and
strength
add them
endurance.
together, please.
Anything up here?
Yes.
7. Life event. Roll on the life events table.
Okay, now we're going to the life events.
Table.
Roll. It's on 44. Roll 2d6. Add them together.
There are only 3 physical characteristics: strength,
Yes,
dexterity,
yeah,
and
strength,
endurance,
dex.
right?
So, sorry.
Super
Would you roll,
good.
Brent?
I Oh.
What'd you roll?
A crime, 11.
You committed or the victim of a crime. Lose 1 benefit roll or take the prisoner career as your next term. Interesting.
I will lose a benefit.
Okay. Don't you only have 1 benefit right now?
2.
2 benefits. Okay, so lose
yeah,
that.
Because
James, let's roll
Maybe
your
it's part of this whole conspiracy.
event.
Back to Scion Scholar.
You're Science Scholar again now, yeah.
Forced to commit a crime.
So roll 2d6.
It's 10. Not 32 again. I'm in the army.
32.
That was the exact same roll as before.
That's fantastic. So you're back in the army again.
You did such a good job. They conscripted you again. They're like, we need him.
Wow, that's so awesome.
We need Harold.
Yes. All right, and your event. Let's see here. That was in Dayton.
14.
14.
They've been so bad to me every time.
Show business can be lonely.
Oh my God. I'm already lonely.
Relationships come and go. If you have an ally, lose him or her as an emotional scene that makes the tabloid news. You gain +1 influence with the common hook from the publicity. If you don't have an ally, nothing happens from this event.
Oh, that's boring.
Let's roll again. Let's see something more interesting.
I'm already sad.
You've already got like 2 results that did nothing, right? So
26 then.
you gain a stalker. One that hounds you to this day. Though this person is essentially an enemy, he or she would never try and harm you. Your stalker just complicates your life in other ways.
Oh my God.
So like you're this shitty musician or magician, and then like the one thing you get is this obsessive fuck who keeps showing up.
Oh, it's like fucking Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
Leaving dead out.
What's her name in that show?
I haven't seen Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, they have no fans and they got 1 groupie and she's like obsessed with them sexually.
Oh my goodness.
So that's your character.
I have a stalker.
Okay, so we are currently at age 30 for everybody. Everyone's rolled we haven't rolled advancement yet though, right?
Right, now we have to do advancement.
Right. Okay, so let's roll advancement for you. Everyone roll your advancement and let's see who succeeds.
You guys are going to die of old age.
Oh, so I have to choose my assignment again?
You know what's depressing about that, Core? Because every single one of us is older than 30.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone advanced?
I did. There's no benefit on this chart.
You know what?
I'm not holding my breath on this one.
You're still in intelligence, aren't you?
Okay, you won't make it by 1.
Let's see how you do.
Nailed it.
8.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's
Okay.
way above.
So anyone who succeeded in advancement, bump yourself up 1 rank. So I think you get you're now a rank 1. You're a lieutenant in the army. Whatever the benefit is for them.
And gain another benefit if you survived in your career.
Yeah, and then also if you advanced in your
Leadership?
career. Oh, you're just rolling advancement now?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So you advanced?
Question for
Yeah.
you. I've got ranks and bonuses. I got 3 tables here.
You pick what you're a scientist, right? So you look at the scientist one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
you're what, rank 3 now? Or 2?
1, no?
How many advancements did you succeed in?
Every time
I
you
hit
succeed in
8,
advancement,
and my
No, but how many so far in your
that was my first one.
it's your first advancement?
Yeah.
You didn't succeed the other times? Okay, then you go up to rank 1 and you'll gain another +1 to science. Cool. And then anybody who succeeded, you also get to roll 1 more time on the tables. So you roll on the army table again.
right.
What do you mean roll?
Yeah, sorry,
Table
people-
on. Do I have to do this?
Fucking emotionally scarred, physically crippled. Dave, what a fun game, right?
Kevin,
Yeah.
my advancement, I got the ranks and benefits. Did I have to do skills and training, or am I doing that now?
Now you say again.
Well, when I had to go back to this, I went to see, like I did my advancement roll for intelligence.
Yep, and you succeeded.
I
So now,
succeeded.
so you've gone up 1 more rank in that
So the
career.
rank and benefits, so I'm rank 1. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got my leadership 1.
Yep.
And then now you're saying we're not.
Now
doing the
you
skills and
roll
training.
as because you advance every time you succeed in advancement, you get to roll 1 more time on those tables. But because of your secondment to the army, you spent 8 years in the army rather than doing your sound study.
Can I kick out?
That's sick.
All right, I'll do service and skills.
Okay.
It's so
Who's done? Who's done their character? Anyone? You still got 1 more. I can do this.
Once I settle my stats, I'm good.
You're done?
Yeah.
Your character's good to go? Okay, so then
I'm going to continue.
you're going to continue.
I'm not dead
Continue. Yeah.
Side training, I guess.
He's coming quick.
I turn one of my 1s into 2s.
Okay.
Shut up and get on the cot.
Nice. James, is your character done or is he continuing?
What age am I right now?
You're 30 right now.
30.
Aging benefits or aging penalties start, I believe, at the next
After 34.
after 34. Okay, so you could still be 34.
Okay, so one more. Okay.
Do I still have to do the event?
No, we did the event was that you were seconded to the army. Yeah. Okay. So
How old
Jaden's
are you
done, Corey's done.
No, I'm gonna go for one more.
All right, then I will go for one more.
You're doing one more. You're doing one more. So you guys are probably who's older, by the way, or are you guys twins?
We're twins.
Let's see who
Which
gets
is
that.
why you have name. You know what? Fair dues. I know I'm buying the rhyming names then.
Right.
Harry and Jerry.
Yeah, typical parents.
Yeah, typical twin parents. Yeah. Okay, so Harry, are you guys identical twins or fraternal?
Conjoined.
Conjoined.
Oh, that would make being seconded into the army kind of difficult.
So Harry and Jerry, are you guys twins or fraternal? Or fraternal or identical?
Identical.
Nice.
I like it.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so last term for you guys, are you doing one when they're going to see how things go or what?
Probably, yeah. I might stop too.
Okay, so then first thing we decide, Dave, what career is he going for now?
He's a drifter. He's just falling lower and lower.
Okay. Well, he doesn't have. Here's the thing: if there's another one you want to try and get into, when you fail, you can either go to drifter or go to the draft automatically. So if you want to try and if there's another career you want to try for,
Because nothing says like pirate, scout, pirate, and then
Like,
military.
here's a thing I'll throw out there, Dave. Is your character had attempted to get into the Marines. He was in the scouts for a bit and failed. He was in the piracy and failed. Someone with that kind of diverse background, an agent might be, that might be why an intelligence service might seek someone like that out.
As long as it doesn't fail that.
Like, you know your character better than I, but I mean, if there is another thing, maybe he falls into entertainment. Is he a journalist? Is he? Does he just work, become a colonist?
Does he stalk sad and lonely magicians?
He's a talent scout.
I love that you got a stalker. That's so good.
My guy's so sad.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, sure. Let's go agent. That sounds interesting.
Interesting. Okay. So, law enforcement, intelligence, or corporate?
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Interesting. Okay. So, Dave, qualified. You've had two other careers. It's an int check, 6 or higher. You've had two other careers. What's your int modifier?
0.
Okay. So you need an 8 or higher to qualify.
Why are you laughing, Jeff?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. So drifter it is then.
Drifter it is.
All right.
That's what you always wanted.
Yeah. There's nothing lost in trying, right? Okay, so then, Dave, you're automatically qualified for drifter. Pick one of the service skills and get a 0 in it. Brent, you're continuing on as a scout. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so again, pick your table and roll on it. James, you're back to Scion. Are you? You're gonna continue on with Scion?
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and pick your table and roll. You're continuing on as an entertainer.
Yep.
It's okay. If it's something that I already have, it stacks, right? I
Goes
stack
up by
on
1.
each
Yeah. And again, for those listening at home, that's not how the rules work as written, but we're doing that for today because I don't care. Okay, so those of you who are still living.
So we got advancement. Now we do events.
Let's just hold on for everyone to finish the not advancement. You've done your first round, your career skills. For yours, Jaden, you got how many times did you advance as a
career
scientist?
skills?
Oh, sorry, how many paths did you do as a scientist?
I don't know if I did any of those.
3, isn't it?
I think I only did 2.
Because you did. How old are you now?
30.
30.
Well, I went to university.
You went to university. It takes you to 22. 22 to 24 is once. 20.
Yeah, twice.
No, because if you're 30, it's 3. Because 22 to 23, you're a scientist once. Or to 26. Oh, you're right. You're right. Twice. So what you're going to do, Jaden, is roll 3 times on either. Take a look at scientist. Or take a look at the scholar. I'm sorry, and roll 3 times on either cash or benefits and just record what you got there. Okay, so Dave, you got your thing down. You've got your skill rolled. Yeah, and you got your skill rolled.
I did the service skills or any of them.
It's if you qualify for advanced education, you pick that one. But otherwise, it's for you service skills, personal development, or adept.
Okay, good. I went with adept and I raised my medic.
when you take a skill for the first time, does it start at 0 or 1?
1.
Okay.
After yeah.
So you don't get all the stuff, or do you also get all the stuff?
You also, if you go to 1 in something, you count as having everything else at 0. If it's a cascade skill. Okay, so everyone's got their skill for that thing. Let's roll survival.
Oh wait, I just want to bring up what I rolled for my skill because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I rolled stealth.
So you're trying to keep away from
It's because of my stalker. I had to learn how to be more stealthy.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so funny.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. Okay,
so now
so
we roll for survival.
yes.
So adept. Survival.
I've survived.
That's the best.
You survived. You survived. Nice. Brent survived from the please. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I survived as a drifter, which means I pretty much didn't die.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you really need for that?
Okay, so all right, Mr. Drifter. Which of the 3 things did you go in? Barbarian, Wanderer, or Scavenger?
Barbarian.
Fuck it, I'm gonna live in the woods. You're Ted Kaczynski.
He found this abandoned space station.
We were gonna find him there at the space station we're supposed to repair, living there.
Hey guys.
Welcome to my palace.
So what is so what do you think?
Or scavenger.
Scavenger, okay. So he was basically working as a yeah. Okay. Okay, so then everyone survived. Good stuff. Let's roll events. So you're out. Drifter, let me get my scoundrel book.
Fuck you, 32.
Yeah.
Do not roll it 30.
That's going to be fucking hysterical if you roll that again. Okay, hold on, Drifter. You were as a scavenger, right? Dave.
14. That's better.
Hold on. Wait your turn. Wait your turn. Here we go.
This is so exciting that I got this far.
Yes. Great success.
Here we go. Go ahead. Roll 1 10's digit, 1 1's digit.
26.
26. You find an odd job. Roll odd 1 16.
I have an odd job.
Let's see what happened. Roll again. 2d6 again.
Yeah.
With one is a 1, 1 is a 10. Let's see what interesting thing happened to you.
43.
43. So waste storage technician.
Super.
This minor world used fission reactors for much of its power during a long period of isolation. Now it's the part of the Imperium with easy access to clean fusion power and cheap space travel. Unfortunately, there's rather a lot of dangerous nuclear waste stored in an artificial cave system deep underground. The planetary government decided that the best approach is to hire experts to move the nuclear waste out of the storage facility and into the sun. So that's what your odd job was.
Nuclear garbage person.
Nuclear garbage guy. Brent, you are still in Scout, right?
Yeah.
Give me an events roll here.
62.
62. You make an alliance with a powerful and charismatic noble who becomes an ally. Either increase leadership or take +4 to your next advancement roll thanks to his aid.
I get nothing from my next advancement roll. So what was the first?
No, but if you succeed in it, you get another skill, remember?
Oh.
Every time you roll an advancement, that's why I'm getting you guys to roll another time on the skill table.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take the +4 to the roll.
Okay. Give me Jay.
I got 14. You are feted for your work, but others are jealous. Gain a +2 DM to any one benefit roll and gain 1 D3 rivals.
So go ahead and roll.
What's the +2 DM?
That's the dice modifier. So to your benefits, when you're mustering out and you're rolling, you get to add +2 to your dice modifier. You'll notice that
awesome.
you roll 1d6, but the tables go up to 7.
Okay.
That's because it's like Spinal Tap. You know, if we're going to 11, you get awesome results at the 7.
Yeah. That's a really huge thing.
We'll do the
61.
rivals.
61. Let me see here. That is
I got 1 rival.
1 rival. Okay. 61. An on-stage liaison blooms into romance, and you gain an ally.
Again?
No, this is actual.
This is finally your luck is turning around.
You just got real, bro.
In your early 30s, suddenly things are turning around.
The only thing that happened is that Jeff actually fell in love with a stalker. I was like, she's not so bad.
Better than nothing.
I got her to help me with some tricks on stage, and it actually bloomed into a.
You know, you really get used to someone watching you sleep. So, okay, so our characters are now at 34 years old.
No, we have to do advancement.
Did we roll? Oh yes, we have to do advancement. Sorry, Dave. Go ahead and roll your advancement as a drifter. You are a scavenger, which means it's an endurance roll of 7 or higher.
Good question.
Hey,
Check dice.
What's your endurance modifier?
nothing.
Brent,
All right.
did you advance?
I will tell you in a second. I did.
Nice. So pick one of the same table you rolled for your skill. Pick one of those. Roll 1d6 and add that benefit. Okay. Also increase your rank by 1.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And Brent, the other reason why increasing ranks is important is because your rank dictates how many extra rolls you get on your benefits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
So,
I fucked up. I had to go because I thought when you advance, you only got an extra roll, or you only got what's on
see,
the.
and that's exactly the
rank.
mistake that I made beforehand.
So I wasn't giving myself.
Fortunately, someone online corrected me on that. Did you miss some rolls then?
I added them in now
Okay,
that
cool.
I understood what was
Okay.
going on.
James, did you advance?
I haven't done that yet.
This is the first time you're advancing as a scholar instead of a military intelligence.
Oh wait, hold on. I'm not doing this one. I've got to do it from here.
No, because you're not military intelligence.
Oh, so I am doing the adept.
Yeah, the adept
not
one.
the scholar.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
How'd
that's
you do?
that's a
You're good.
success.
And did you advance?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So anyone who advanced, modify your rank, add what you get, and roll on the appropriate table.
Question.
Wait a minute. So my rank what? Rank 1 adept?
Is that your first? Oh, it is. Yeah. So you gain rank 1 adept because you spent all your time in the military. So you're rank 2 army and you're rank 1 adept.
My benefit rolls, my benefit, I can add those to these guys.
If you've got something that adds a modifier to a benefit roll, yeah, that's what you get to add it to.
Did it twice.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm rich and I have scientific equipment.
Sweet. Okay. So you did not advance, right? Okay. You've got yours. You got yours. You got yours. All right. Who is done? Who is 34 years old and good to go?
So I got.
You're like-
Enough punishment life.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to do a dramatic change of events. You're the one who inherited the space station. You're the one who inherited. You're the one.
I
Who,
thought those were the.
no, I was going to say it that way, but there's some reason why we'll go in for that because it's just funnier that after this horrible fucking change of life, you're like, coming back from your job hauling fucking nuclear waste back to the sun, and you get back and get this message of like, surprise, your a distant relation has left you a spaceport.
Does it have nuclear waste on it?
So this is the equivalent. Yeah, this is the equivalent
I know
of
how to
like
do.
the dockyard worker who inherits an island.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's
kind of reminds me of Captain Ron.
yeah. Or like
He inherits the boat and it's a piece of shit, and he has to get this guy to fix it up.
Yeah. So that's where So maybe this is why you started getting in with everyone else. Okay. So you're actually I think because that's just funnier.
And stopping him.
So,
And stopping.
Kev, it says aging starts at 30 after the 4th term.
Yep.
So does that mean now anyone who went this far, what rolls on the aging?
The aging chart. Let's see here. It's
What age are we? We're 30 now?
34.
We are 34.
Yeah.
We just
So-
completed to 34.
If you guys are carrying on, there's a potential. The aging modifiers are really not that bad, guys.
I don't
Like,
know. Well, I want to know. What
Well, the first couple
potential.
are like it gets more and more punishing.
yeah, it's risk. Like you roll and where's it here?
Can you actually die of old age in character creation?
No, you can't. Like you can play
Well,
characters who are
find out what the
extremely
penalties
advanced
are
in
for that.
age. It's just that.
500 years old?
What's that?
Like 500 years old?
No. You would never. Then you might die. Yeah. Okay. So who's done? You said you're done. Yep.
when does aging penalties kick in?
This
Potentially at 34.
So do we have to only? So if we take one more turn, then we'd have to roll for an aging penalty.
Yes.
Are they like?
It depends. It's on page 47.
I just
It's
want to know
not-
how bad it is. And
It's
then
not that bad. Like you'll
Okay,
lose
so the
some
first time you
modifiers.
roll 2d6 and you
go
subtract the
ball.
number of terms you've
Your
done
balls shrivel.
from the total.
Yeah.
If you still have one left, you have no effect. If you've gone to 0, you do one physical by 1.
Yeah,
It
it's
tells you
not
a lot
horrible.
there.
It's just that it's it's the inevitable toll of age, and it depends. It's like everything else in the game. It's sort of random.
Sure. Do you want to do? We want to be the old people and go to 38.
Again,
roll.
depressing that we're referring to people who are younger than us.
As the
As the
old
old
people.
The game is extremely humbling in that sense.
I'm continuing on.
You're continuing on.
Yeah.
I'm going
you know
to
what?
reach
Sure. Well, we have
entertainment.
to. It's
We haven't even
This is
started.
finally taking a turn for the positive.
Yeah,
for me. I'm
exactly.
like, this thing thing might
Okay.
go well. Yeah.
So then, guys, first thing is pick your if you're staying in the same professions.
Yeah.
Pick your skill table you want to roll on. Roll on that.
Will do.
You got your stuff.
Did I get rich? One of those early on life events around 22. There was something about me getting rich, big lump sum of money.
That was the benefit modifier to your benefits roll.
Gotcha.
Education. Wait, what am I? Advanced. Oh, I have to have a minimum education, which I do. So technically, I could get advanced education.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna go empty the tank.
Oh, but I have to.
That was good.
I have to roll. Okay.
Cold beverages.
Oh, I need coffee again.
Okay.
Need a refill?
Yeah.
So we can
but I
do
think
this
it starts
probably a
with legs
little
anyway.
faster now.
Yeah, like once you get the hang of the system.
So I'll roll for survival.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
If I roll on my service skills, what happens? What happens if I? Okay. What happens if I
Someone
roll
drank all my coffee?
and it lands on telekinesis or
I'm looking at you.
Coffee
Sorry.
drifter.
my service skills?
Coffee
What
drink.
happens if I roll something that I don't have anything in, like the
Then you get a
Tell I
1
know how to
point.
do.
even if I don't have training in it? Like,
Yes, it becomes a 1.
Yeah, it becomes a 1.
oh,
That's how you learn new
Yeah,
things.
that's how you learn new things.
oh fuck.
Why? What did you think was happening?
Well, I didn't because I figured it's like, well, if I roll on it, what am I gonna? Yeah. So I did other stuff instead of going my service skills.
Yeah. So yeah, no. If you roll like something you have 0 in, you get a 1 in it.
Like, because I couldn't learn teleportation.
Oh, you mean those things? Yeah. No, I think you do actually gain it then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
That would
try.
make sense.
Yeah.
Like you've learned to, you developed it.
Again, rules is written. Maybe it's different. I just don't
Yeah,
care.
it was actually teleportation.
Nice. Teleportation is no fucking joke too. Like that's a serious. The Zodani have these terrifying space like teleporters, like Star Trek teleporters, are not a thing in this universe.
Right.
But the Zodani have psychic marines who they will use clairvoyance to scout out your ship, make
And
sure
then
they can find a
teleport
safe
you in.
area, teleport in, wait for themselves to recover from the teleport shock, and then go and fuck up the ship.
Yeah.
It's
Sabotage,
horrifying.
blow it up, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm rolling on the life event because
Okay.
I succeeded in my
Uh,
survival.
and you're okay. So life event. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm
here.
just trying to move this along.
Sure. Yeah. No. Much.
What do you
appreciated.
mean, life event or just event?
I
Events.
survived my career as an entertainer, so now I have an event
yeah.
on
Okay,
my
when you say life event, I was like, what?
No, it's a different
31.
thing. 31. Roll on life events.
Okay,
So you
so I actually rolled the
prophetic.
life
So
event.
yeah. So now roll 2d6. Add them together.
And I got to go to my scholar one.
Yes, that's right. To roll your life
Is that at
events.
the end of the
Yeah, it's on page 44. Brent, did you
I'm.
roll to survive?
I did, and then I got 45 on my.
45
Oh
on your
my
thing.
god. I rolled an 8. Betrayal. You are betrayed in some fashion by a friend. If
Oh,
you
you
have any
love her.
contacts or allies, convert them into a rival or enemy.
So that woman who you had the romantic thing on stage,
Yeah.
she betrayed you, became an even more successful magician.
So now she's an enemy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
You rolled 45?
Yeah.
You became deeply involved in politics on your world of residence, becoming a player in the political intrigues of the government. Increase advocate, admin, diplomacy, or persuade, but also gain a rival,
Okay.
I got 65.
which is
Psionic trading leads you to being able to use one of your psionic powers with greater efficiency. Your side cost for the power chosen is always half.
Ooh.
Round down with a minimum of 1 point. Usual cost.
Okay, so powers are, I'll double check the phrasing. Powers are separate from your skills. So let me
Okay.
just make sure that it's that's actually right. I think what it means, James, is that like if you're using a specific expression of teleport or of whatever. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, I advance.
See here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the powers is like whatever one of those broad categories.
Ooh.
No, those are talents. Okay, so a power,
See
James,
on
is one of the
Gerald.
specific ones listed underneath there. So like you see like all the different things listed under here, like telekinesis,
Yeah.
flight. It's one of those.
So I choose one of those?
Yep, choose one of those.
Do I have access to all of those?
You have access to all the ones that are under each of the ones you know.
Oh, right, because I'm a telepath, clairvoyant, and teleporter.
Exactly.
Okay.
How'd you do?
I advance. I'm now senior.
Senior, nice.
I
Okay.
prefer to call it senior.
Senior. Okay, so you succeeded
Senior
in your
General.
advancement which means and you rolled your life event, you succeed in your advancement. We need to roll on your get your new skill, Brent.
Oh, right.
James, you need to do this. Did you roll your successful advance?
I have not.
Okay, so roll. And did you advance?
I advanced.
Nice.
I did that. I rolled my extra skill. I added
Awesome.
a benefit, and now I'm gonna roll aging.
Okay. Yep.
Well, do you want to do all aging
Yeah, I'll
at
do it.
the
Yeah,
end?
do it as we know as we go.
As we go. Right.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because you might lose some skills that you need
Yeah.
to continue.
So pilot small craft
So
would be atmospheric, I guess, and
I'm rolling
spacecraft
this now?
would be like
The advancement.
small
Okay.
spacecraft.
So what was the first part?
So there's three pilots. There's capital ships, small craft, and spacecraft. Spacecraft would be like a scout ship.
Miss?
I'm guessing.
No,
Spacecraft would be like a spaceship. A small
then
craft
you-
is like
so
a
then you
shuttle
roll one of these
or
again.
a fighter.
Okay.
Pick one and roll it. Gain a benefit for your Scion class.
Yeah, you roll in for your aging. So everybody, once you're finished doing all your advancements and your
So
skills,
this
and
is
shit like that,
our fifth term.
this is your you guys are now 38.
Right.
So we're gonna roll for aging.
So whatever you roll on your D6, you take 5 away.
Yep.
And then
Roll.
that's your result.
So yeah, 2d6 and -5, and then tell me what you rolled.
2d6.
Holy shit.
So you got
Oh,
-3. Ooh, reduce one characteristic by 2 and 2 physical characteristics by 1.
Okay.
How many am I rolling?
2d6 minus 5, minus 5.
Reduce my strength by
You're
2.
fine. Your agent,
Yes.
yeah, aging like fine wine.
Yeah.
The twins age just fine.
What did you roll?
10.
Okay,
11.
so you guys are 38 years
Oh,
old
God.
right now.
I'm like an old man.
Is anyone done, or are we carrying on?
I'm carrying on. I'm only one success away from becoming a famous entertainer.
Awesome. How about you guys?
What do you think?
After all my shitty
about-
life.
It's just about
What are the penalties for you?
Yeah, I know you guys are. Did you roll your benefits yet? I think don't you have,
I didn't make my advancement though, So
no, but didn't you finish your? So the thing is, how many did you successfully complete any careers?
I was.
You did
a
one
scout.
successful scout, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one successful scout because you advanced with the help of your friend.
Yes,
Or
that's
that
right.
old
Yeah, yeah.
man
So
or
what you
whatever.
can roll
we've
one
done-
time,
we've
Dave,
advanced
on the
5
benefits
times
table
already.
for
What's
scout.
the age bracket? The next age bracket.
Okay.
Do we roll up to our age?
You'll be
So
42.
Here's
You'll be
here's something
42.
you guys can do because
Your
everyone
age.
else is sort of working on
It's
this.
not my age.
Guys, start looking through here.
Oh, you're a little
Oh. Anything that is TL12,
I
you have a
got it.
benefactor. Anything that's TL12 or lower, you can
Would
take.
you want to be your age?
So you're planning what's in the ship.
if we take one more
That was
term, it'll be
great.
James's real life age. So
Yeah. That was funny.
I don't. What do you think?
Yeah, fine.
Do you want to be your age
We'll
or?
do
So you three are doing one more turn.
I am. If I succeed and I advance, I become a famous performer.
Okay,
It's the
so
only status
go
on
ahead.
the whole chart.
While you're like living on your mother's couch.
Yeah. I'm sad and lonely. My one girl that loved me turned into
So
an enemy.
we're rolling survival.
You're rolling.
Yes.
No. This is you're starting a new career. So first thing you're doing is rolling on one of the tables to gain a skill.
What
Just
do you
need
mean?
one
Oh,
or
rolling
Just
on one of
for you for
these.
the benefit.
Rolling on one of these.
Yes.
Yeah, same as always. At the start of each career path, each time you're doing a new pass, you get one more skill from one of those tables.
Oh, I probably missed that last few.
Oh my! In fact,
That's what happens when you don't listen.
So is it for the career that I actually had, or what I just
scout.
mustered out of?
I think Scout's the only one where you
Hey,
successfully
I'm a
completed
bonus now.
an entire pass,
Oh,
right?
so I would muster out of that, even though I was most recently a drifter.
Nice.
That's because did you successfully complete Drifter or
No, I never successfully could.
You did
Right,
you successfully
so
complete one
We
scout
did the
career?
skills. Now what?
Yeah, yes.
We're
So you
doing-
do a skill.
So
and you see if you
you
survive.
get
what I'm
one
mustering out.
benefit
If
roll.
you survive,
for
you roll
each
the event
roll,
thing.
plus
If
you also
fail,
like
you
your
roll
the number of
miss out.
turns you spend in it can
Oh,
help,
no, my
and the
education's
rank
higher,
that
so
you
it
have
doesn't
can
matter.
help as well.
I'd be like-
Because you've only done
Right.
one, you only get
So
the
you
one roll.
survive, so you roll an event. This is where you
So
roll.
I rolled a 6.
Well, this is literally advertising.
Yeah, isn't it awesome?
That's hilarious.
I rolled a 44 Kev for my
Okay, so
event.
whatever did you go cash or benefits?
Oh,
44?
I have my own
60,
scout ship.
65 again.
Oh.
So it could be your like the ship that you have that Corey's got shares in. That could be the same ship if that's what you rolled.
Yeah.
This could be your trader or your what do you call it?
Although if I take the cash, can I not get some of these characteristics healed? Like
You can take a look in the Central Supply catalog at the augmentation stuff and see if you want to blow some money on that.
Oh, that might be cool. Guy's walking around in an augmented suit because he got beat up.
No. Like there's
If you
cerebral
survive.
augmentations and stuff like that, or
Oh,
physical
yeah.
augmentations.
Fucked up by radiation.
You roll-
Psychologically damaged.
Yeah.
He's just
I rolled-
a
that's
he's a
the
mental
lowest.
wreck.
You roll 44.
44, yeah.
Being a performer in
And then
celebrity
you
is not
advance.
always easy, but it does have its benefits. You gain an ally who's a devoted admirer.
Finally.
Your first full proper fan. James, what would you get for your
I rolled
stuff?
65
twice.
What's that?
65 twice. So the first 2 events were conscripted into the army twice.
Yeah.
Now I've gotten the 2 powers.
Oh, so you've been
half-
specialized training.
So I've got 2 powers that I do half cost.
Cool.
I
And
haven't
Brent,
picked the
did
first
you
one.
I got a 63 for the event.
did you survive though?
Yes.
Okay, 63 for your event is you were forced to change your appearance and your identity.
Oh,
Roll 1d6.
Wow.
3. Oh, I don't want to be a woman.
No. You may choose how your facial appearance changes, but you must leave the Scouts and assume a new career, entertainer.
Shut up, really?
Really? Really? But gain 1 extra benefit roll.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Okay. So, and again, we don't need to do another pass to do that. You can just be like, that's the story thing. Is somehow you guys got. Did you do it?
I rolled a 10 on my advancement.
Advancement,
I am
nice.
now a famous performer.
Outstanding.
So do I still roll for advancement? then?
Can I advance 1 rank in go 4 more years into entertainer?
You can try and get into entertainer, yeah. So what you do then, Cork, if you want to go back and add another pass, because I think you mustered out at 22, right?
Yeah, you could do another one, no problem.
Yep. You could roll at Cork to get in is either what's better for you, Dex or intellect?
Dex.
Okay,
But
so
I want to be a singer.
well, let's just get in first. Your Dex is better.
Yeah.
What's your Dex modifier?
11.
Okay, so +1. So Cork, and you got 1 previous career, so it's -1 from that. You need a 5 or higher on 2d6 to get into entertainer.
I got 5.
Nice. So you got in, and you said you want to be a singer, so you're a performer.
Yeah.
So what you do, Cork, because this is your first time, go under service skills, under entertainer on page 28. Pick one of the service skills and get it at 0. And
So how does it? So do I finish like this term as a scout?
yeah, you finish your term as a scout. So
Okay.
you're going to roll advancement as a scout.
Okay,
But then if you guys go another,
then I have to be an entertainer.
yeah, or what we say is just that this is when you, for some, well, come up with a story reason for why you guys have all come together as entertainers. And
So
actually, you know what?
I have to roll on the service skills,
So now, no, you can pick one of them and have it at 0.
or if it's already at 1, I can get it at 2.
That's right. Yeah.
Carouse at 2.
Okay. And again, it's not rules as written. That's just what we're doing for today.
So I
Okay, Cork. And then then you're going to roll survival, Corey. So because you're a performer, it's an intellect of 5 or higher.
Then you roll for
So roll
advancement.
2d6 and you will roll 5 or higher.
I got
You advance?
Yes, and I aged and I didn't have a penalty this time.
Okay.
I got 12.
I
You got
succeed on
12?
the advancement both.
Okay, so yeah, you're fine. You
Roll
survive.
another thing.
Then Cork,
If you
let's
succeed on your
roll
advancement,
your life event as an
choose another
entertainer.
one of
Roll
these.
2d6. One is 10, one is 1.
Yes.
rank is. Okay,
Well,
so I
I
did that,
rolled
and you said I
shitty
did
on
one of
after
these.
So I roll 2d6.
Yes, please. And one is going to be a 10 digit, one's going to be a 1 digit.
Okay, the 10s digit is 1, and the 1s digit is 3.
No,
So 13. After a great day's work, you find yourself relaxing in a bar with some of your idols in the business. They take you in and show you some secrets of the craft. Raise your lowest art skill by +1.
service skills.
What's the art skill?
It's the skill that's
Was
called
it
art.
anything
I believe.
below T7?
And there are 3 of them. Or
So I got 0 now?
No, a 1.
Okay.
So maybe that's how you guys met in a bar, right?
yeah, maybe I was there in the bar.
And you're like, listen, I know how to. You said you're a singer, Cork?
That's right.
So maybe that Will Bluth will help you out.
Okay.
So-
I'm my actual name is Dread or the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Okay. Cork, you also get to roll for advancement. So advancing as a performer is a dex check of 7 or higher. You got no modifier, so roll 2d6 and roll 7 or higher. You guys
I
have
got
done your aging. You're done your aging as well too.
I
guys?
have not done my aging.
Okay.
2d6
So 2d6 minus 6.
Ooh, 6.
Yes.
I got 7. So I
7.
passed.
So Court, you advanced. You get +1 to your dexterity score.
I'm now at 12.
No, that's okay. You got a 1. 1 is no effect.
And then Cork, you can pick either the service skills, the personal development, or performer table. Roll 1d6 on it and get that benefit. Either
Okay.
+1.
Let's go with service skills again.
Okay, roll 1d6.
2. So I got another rank in carouse. So I got
You did,
carouse
yeah.
of 3.
Carouse goes up by 1.
We're finished.
Yeah.
Stop
Okay.
there. You'll roll out all your benefits.
And then are you done or are you going to keep on going?
I'm done.
You're done? Okay, so then Cork, you get to roll. Also, we're giving you a 1d6 roll. Let's roll your mustering out benefit for entertainer.
4
Or do you want benefits or cash?
benefits.
+1 to your social standing.
2.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, so you went up in the world.
I'm 3 now.
We're doing mustering out now.
What if you guys are done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
You're done. Okay, so you're rolling mustering out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to stop.
Take the
Yeah.
money, actually.
Take the money.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. So what you're gonna do then is again, because you guys will have a benefactor that we'll talk about when we come back. You guys can pick any, but basically you're gonna be able to fill the hold. You're only gonna have about. Okay, so if everyone's mustered out, I can close these books off then because we don't need them anymore. That was a good one, Brent.
Yeah, I rolled. I had one roll on Navy, and I'm like, Navy gives you a lot of money, and I rolled a 6. I got a lot of
Nice.
money.
Nice. Okay, so 40 tons of your 199-ton cargo is taken up by a hover, basically a hover construction equipment.
Oh, we have to do that now?
You get one of those, and then you get
Okay.
one.
So Corey's good to go. Are you carrying on or are you mustering out as well?
I'm done. Yeah.
You're done? Okay, so everybody's done. Everyone's rolled their aging stuff.
I made it
Cool.
where
I've
I
done
wanted
the
to
aging
go.
stuff. Now we're mustering out. So
So hold on. What is your rank right now?
rank what? I'm a rank 2 adept and a rank 2 private.
Okay. So because you are a rank 2 adept, you get an extra benefit roll when you're leaving that career. And I'll give you another one because of your rank 2 as a army.
Okay.
And what I'll let you do is if you want, you can make that benefit roll on the army career instead of the Scion.
Okay.
So it's if you want, you can roll on the one of them on the army roll, and then roll the other extra benefit plus however many you get for how many terms you spent.
Now, what was it? There was I gain a +2 benefit to any benefit roll? Or
Yeah.
a
So you
plus-
pick one of them and you get to add +2 to it.
Okay.
Okay. You're clear, and your rank is what?
Rank 5. I'm a famous performer.
Ooh. So you get 3 extra benefit rolls, and you apply +1 to all rolls on cash and benefits table. That's
Wow, on either one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So either one you roll, that's because he's rank 5.
Oh, I might have gotten more. Okay, my rank is 4. Did I get any bonuses?
You get 2 extra benefit rolls.
2 extra. Any bonuses?
No
to it?
modifiers to the roll,
I'm like,
unfortunately.
I would have gotten more than
Yeah.
50 grand. But,
So 2 extra. Oh no, I had 3 extra.
You had 3 extra benefit rolls, and you had +1 to the result of your rolls,
Right.
your benefit rolls.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow. How much cash is important, do you think, in this campaign? Like, I mean, I should have some,
It's not
right?
really
But
important.
like,
Yeah, it's not really important. You guys are gonna be
I won't do lots of
able
rolls
to, for
on
today.
it.
You'll have a benefactor who's gonna let you pick a lot of different free shit.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I'll just do a couple rolls on that.
I'll do the Scion with the +2.
Okay.
So we'll do that one first.
Okay.
7.
Oh,
What'd you get?
holy shit.
16,000 credits and 10
no, you pick one or the other table. You pick
Oh.
both.
10 ship shares.
That means you're part owner of a ship. Like the game at default, the way you play Traveler normally is you guys are part of a crew of travelers who are trying to make their way in the universe. So you're trying to transport people or transport goods or whatever. And if you've got ship shares, that means you have part ownership in whatever your crew's ship is. And then that will drive down the mortgage costs that you have on your ship. So you had ship shares, I think, or you could have owned a
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with the ship instead.
Nice. So then the ship is probably yours. That the one I showed you at the outset.
Mhm.
You own that, and then you guys have shares in it as well. Whoever rolled ship shares.
I'll do 10 ship shares.
Okay.
And then so then I have to. You said I get a second roll, which is on the army,
Yes.
and that's just a regular
And roll on benefits for that one, not on cash.
benefits.
Yeah.
I get a weapon.
Cool. So it's up to 10 grand. You can spend on a weapon.
Sorry, up to 10 grand.
Yeah. Up to 10 grand, up to TL 12. Okay. Corp, did you get your gear already, your personal gear?
Yeah, I got it. So I got out of my 100,000 credits, I got reflect armor plus 10 lasers only.
Nice.
I got advanced computer weave computers 2.
Yep.
Eye protection and magnetic grapples.
Okay.
And I got binoculars with, I just combined it with the IR viewer. So I have IR binoculars.
Yep. Works for me.
I've got a dagger, a cutlass, an auto pistol, and a laser sniper rifle.
Okay.
And I'd like to get one more thing I got to ask your permission for. Skill augmentation.
What's it cost?
It cost, I don't know where to see the TL12.
Hold on. It's what page in the book?
It's on page 101.
Hold on. Skill augmentation. Okay, so it'll be 50,000 credits is what it costs.
Okay, I want it, and I want it on my voice modulator so I can do crazy singing shit.
Yep, that works for me. So you have plus
and then my art goes up to 2 then?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Has everyone, okay, so you're rolling your benefits. You got your benefits now, Bob? You guys are looking for your shopping?
I don't. Well, I mean, if I go with the
Okay,
ship,
but
then
remember, you got the ship. Now what I'm asking you to look at, your benefactor for this has said get what you need. You're going to have someone who's basically helping to finance you set up this. The company that let you know that you inherited this spaceport is a company called the General Development Corporation, or GDCO. GDCO is effectively a major, like a mega corporation that has control over the Trojan Reach. They're the ones who contacted you and told you about this long lost relative.
So we can pick whatever we want from here?
Up to level tech level 12, and within reason. Like you guys are going to a planet to sink, where it's going to be, you know, what you're trying to do is set up. You need some protection from the local wildlife because there is some dangerous wildlife. It's near where the Aslan are, but you're going there to set up a spaceport that will serve as a spaceport and a vacation spot. That's probably why you have so many entertainers who are coming along. You guys have ownership or part ownership in the spaceport. That's what's been offered.
Yeah.
So they're, and in support of that, they're willing to help you to help supply you with whatever you need for it.
We're setting up like a Vegas hotel in space.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I love that.
Maybe we're like Point Break. You know how the bank robbers were surfers?
Yeah.
We're like performers.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, you guys are like, you're showing up on this planet to try and rebuild this spaceport.
Okay.
Right. So like there's some. That's why it was important to have a spread of skills, because you guys need someone to help get the place functioning again, get the power systems working again, fix the plumbing, keep the dangerous animals away, stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm not going with cash. I'm going with 16,000.
So yeah. So long as you guys can actually justify in the context of whatever your job is, Courtney, you can feel free to look through and try and grab all things as well.
And he said you get this or this. I'm like,
just you need to keep it within the 199 tons. 159 tons of cargo. Actually, I think probably about 20. You know, I'll say you guys got 20 tons to work with. So, like for instance, guys, if you want to take where's the vehicles?
Hold on, here we go.
You guys think a G-bike might be handy to zip around? They're half a ton.
Oh no!
So you grab a couple of those.
I rolled.
I'm looking on page 140 of the core rulebook.
Well, I've only got about 20,000 credits left. I'm going to hang on to that.
Okay, the GDCO will pay for that stuff.
I got a +2 in my.
The stuff that you bought, that's your own personal property.
So
the General Development Corporation is going to give you some extra spending cash to buy some other shit you need to set up this what do you call it? Base.
Kev, what's that suit that I had?
I switched my shares because I didn't realize we didn't have any starting money other than this. So instead of taking the ship shares on the weapon, I'm taking the 16,000 credits and the weapon.
So whatever money you start with, guys, that you're spending, that's your personal property. You're also going to be able. GDCO will pay for whatever other shit you want up to TL12 that you can find in the Central Supply Catalog or in the core rulebook. or in the vehicle handbook. That's why I got extra copies of these, is to make sure that we can take a look through. What we'll do is, once we're finished creating the characters here, we're going to take a break and have a bite to eat.
Yeah.
Because we haven't eaten. Cork, what time do you have to wrap up?
No, I'll stick around longer. My friend hasn't contacted me back, so.
Okay, cool. So what we're for those listening at home, what we're going to do is we're going to take probably about an hour break just to eat lunch, and then we're going to come back and start playing.
Cool.
So let's just make sure everyone is. You've got your character completed.
Yeah, I just need to do equipment.
Okay. You got your character completed as well, there, James. Just buying equipment. Brent, your character's done. Just equipment.
Yes.
Dave, you're buying equipment. Jaden's buying equipment. Okay, cool. So maybe what we'll do then is we'll take a break, and while we're eating our lunch, we'll get the equipment sorted out, and then we'll come back and start playing. So for those listening at home, thanks so much for joining us for this somewhat chaotic character creation session. Hopefully that was enjoyable or educational, at least. As always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the character creation session, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will endeavor to respond in a timely fashion. Otherwise, we will see you back again, if you're listening live, in an hour's time, where we will start our adventure. So thanks very much. We'll see you again soon.